Footy for Life live stream is proudly brought to you by Bennco, Ross's Discount Home Centre, Complete Physiotherapy, Grant's Car Stereo, CD Dodd Scrap Metal Recyclers, and Front Row Screens, your local streaming superheroes.
Australian rules football is a way of life. It's been a part of our social being for many, many years in this great state. And tonight we celebrate that with a special AFL Legends exhibition match. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to our front row screen sport coverage of the 2022 Footy for Life AFL Stars exhibition game. It's all thanks to our wonderful partners, Front Row Screens, Bennco, CD Dodd, Ross's Discount Home Centre, and Complete Physiotherapy. And of course, if you want to donate to Footy for Life, go on to mycause.com.au, search up Footy for Life, open up your hearts and your wallets to this wonderful cause. There are the Crusaders who are warming up under the leadership of Captain Ben Cousins, a Brownlow medalist, and John Worsfold, a premiership coach and player with the West Coast Eagles. And there are the Spartans, bulk of them Fremantle champions, Indigenous champions, and under the tutelage of Beau McDonald, a former Brisbane Lions premiership player. We've just had a wonderful smoking ceremony here at Leederville Oval, full of emotion, full of meaning, and full of wonderful happy moments here at the centre of Leederville Oval in preparation for what is going to be a tremendous event. There, the teams that lined up earlier to take part in the smoking ceremony, and as you can see there, Maurice, who has been key in organising this event, putting together a wonderful piece pre-game, and the crowd starting to file in since about 2:30 this afternoon. We're hoping for a crowd of at least 3,500 here at Leederville Oval on this Saturday night here in Perth, and we also hope that you're keeping very cool as well, because it has been another 40-degree day, and we hope all the fans and the Stars have kept cool and have kept themselves hydrated for what is going to be a very warm night of football under the lights here at Leederville Oval. It's all thanks to, as I said, our wonderful supporters at Complete Physiotherapy, Ross's Discount Home Centre, CD Dodd, Bennco Engineering, and of course Front Row Screen Sport. We're going to take a bit of a break here, but when we do come back, we're going to have the opening bounce here at Leederville Oval. It's the Crusaders and the Spartans in the 2022 Footy for Life AFL Legends exhibition match. Don't go anywhere. Action to come out after this.
Ross's Discount Home Centre, supplying quality tiles, laundry and kitchen cabinets, bathroom vanities, doors and windows to Perth for 49 years. Visit us at 57 James Street, Guildford, or online at discount.com.au.
Grant's Car Stereo Morley, proudly supplying and fitting quality car stereos for over 15 years, selling top-name brands like Alpine, Focal, Rockford Fosgate. From a simple upgrade to complete custom systems, stop in and see Grant and the boys at 61 Russell Street, Morley, or visit us online at carstereo.com.au.
Welcome back to Leederville Oval for the 2022 Footy for Life ex-AFL Stars exhibition match. It's all thanks to our wonderful partners at Complete Physiotherapy, Ross's Discount Home Centre, Bennco, CD Dodd, Scrap Metal Recyclers and Front Row Screen Sport. It's a warm night but plenty of atmosphere on this Saturday night. The Crusaders led by Ben Cousins and Des Headland leading the Spartans. Paul Persick is my name. It's a great pleasure to have your company for the first football broadcast of 2022, and joining me from the Happiness Co is Sean Fry. Sean, good evening to you. It's going to be a great event with tremendous atmosphere, raising money for a worthy cause.
Absolutely, Paul. Thank you for being here with me. I'm very excited to call my first game alongside you, and especially when it's for such a wonderful cause as Footy for Life, focusing on that mental health, physical activity and engaging the community, those three pillars of well-being. And what a better way to do it, mate. The names that we have on these team sheets, you're looking through, it's almost a who's who in a footy in WA, isn't it?
They are illustrious names, and there on your screen is a former Fremantle captain and a Brisbane Lions champion, Des Headland, who is captain of the Spartan side this evening. Was picked one in the 1998 national draft with the Brisbane Lions. Member of the Premiership side, he captained the Dockers to several derby wins, and of course 166 games, 177 goals and over 1,800 kicks. What a champion he was, especially playing down back and in the centre line. A very illustrious name in Western Australian football. And the Crusaders, their captain, well, isn't he an inspirational figure? The one and only Ben Cousins. And how fitting, wearing the number 9, just like he did for his career with the West Coast Eagles and Richmond. 1996 all the way to 2010. A 1996 rising star. Premiership in 2006, Brownlow medalist in 2005, All-Australian many times, both champions leading their respective teams, and illustrious names, as you said, on both sides. As players are about to go into their positions now. And we mustn't forget as well, joining us a little later on will be another legend of WA sport. You hear him and see him on 7 News each night. Adrian Barrett, he's going to join us here in the box a little bit later, Sean. So another star-studded name as part of this wonderful event.
Yeah, wonderful bloke as well. Looking forward to that. Hopefully get a couple of the boys down there on the mic for some interviews as well. So it's just going to be such a great day, isn't it, Paul? I'm just really, really excited for this. And I'm pinching myself that we are sitting here calling a game where there's 3 Brownlow medalists. You've got Matthew Prittis, Shane Woden and Ben Cousins all running out there together at the same time. It's just, I've got a buzz.
Simply incredible. Ross's Discount Home Centre weather. It is hot and currently it is 39 degrees, but it is expected to be cooler as the night goes on. Just quickly before bounce, who's your winner?
Oh, I'm going to let my West Coast bias show here and say I think the Crusaders comfortably.
No, I'm going to go the Crusaders, but I'm going to go for them on the last kick of the night. I reckon it's going to go down to the wire, and maybe Ben Cousins could kick that game-winning goal, but who knows what might happen. Anything can happen in a game of footy, and it usually does.
You sound like a Hollywood script writer, Paul.
Well, there have been a few thrillers in waffle football in the last few years. As play gets underway for the 2022 Footy for Life AFL Legends exhibition match. Morton wins it down in the ruck. It comes to Prittis from the centre. Gets the hand pass out. Spartans have numbers around the football. One of them was Oakley Nichols. And they are away. Hand pass fired out to a teammate there. And he was caught. And it's going to be a free kick going the Crusaders' way.
Yeah, Winston Abraham getting caught on the ball there, I think it was.
And they're going to switch up the play here. Here's Cousins getting a great cheer as he kicks towards half forward, but intercepted there by Reece Palmer. And Palmer will get things going. He switches it across the ground, and that is a beautiful kick to the midfield. Goes looking there for Caton, being chased down by Cousins. Dribbles it along the ground now. It's up towards half forward. That's a good centering kick towards the forward line. Headland rings it in nicely with the one hand, and we'll have a shot from 45 metres out.
Well, the 2 captains involved there. Ben Cousins at one end, missing the pass, and it allowed the Spartans to go coast to coast up the other end, and it ends with the skipper. His chance to put his mark on this game early on. The kick looks good. He hasn't lost it, has he?
No, he hasn't. That is a beautiful goal by the former Fremantle skipper. And 1.5 minutes in on the Complete Physiotherapy scoreboard, the Spartans 1 goal straight. They strike first against the Crusaders in this Footy for Life exhibition match. Just the way he was able to reel in that mark nicely with the one hand, keep his balance, and even though he did go to ground, he still held it in with the one hand quite nicely and took a great mark.
Yeah, very composed. We were talking before the game, Paul, about just how competitive this is going to be. Obviously, there's a big variety of years out of the game from some of these players. Some of them out just with it the last couple of years, like your Sam Butlers and the like, and then others that might have been out for 10 or more. But they're still ex-AFL players. They've got that competitiveness in them, and I want to impress here as Reece Palmer, or rather Shane Woden, their Brownlow medalist, comes inside. Here's another Brownlow medalist, the skipper. He looks forward, lops it up, and again, another turnover, unfortunately. Allows the Spartans to go the other way. Running away with it now is Roger Hayden. His kick a little short of the target. Will be picked up now by Cousins again. He's been involved early, as he always is in almost every game of footy I've ever seen him play. Quinton Lynch gives the handball off, and they come out on the near side. Spent it before he had it, I think, there. And they come back inside there. This is Quinton Lynch, the spearing pass on the 50, and finds his target. Inside again, and a chance to load up perhaps. Cousins lowers the eyes and does well. One
Finding Braun
ex-teammate to another, Michael Braun, of course.
He's still got that great sniper vision that Ben Cousins has got when he's dishing the ball out to his teammate Michael Braun. Of course, a Glendenning medalist in a Western Derby in 07. See what he can do from here. 45 metres out, and he's put it through. There's the quick reply. The Crusaders level things up some 3 minutes in on the complete physiotherapy scoreboard. Just that setup from the centre proved to be quite a big success so far for the Crusaders.
Yeah, well, I was down at the training for both these sides a week and a half ago, and you just see them running around, and almost every single player just drilling balls in 40, 45 metre passes on the chest, and just have not lost a step, a lot of these players, and we've already seen a lot of that talent on display here. A composed finish from Des Headland, and Michael Braun just making a shot from 50 metres look pretty easy.
As he said, it is going to be competitive. It's certainly showing in the early minutes here at Leederville Oval. We thank you for joining us on front row screens and on the Footy For Life website as well. But also, if you want to donate, go to mycause.com.au, search up Footy For Life, open your hearts and your wallets to donate to this wonderful cause. There's a free kick in the centre. Morton takes it, hand pass off to Braun. Breaks free from one tackle, gets the hand pass back from Ainsworth, back to Braun. They got a nice little link going along with Prittis, another Brownlow medalist, but it's intercepted now. Grover kicks towards half forward. Bounce favours. Silvani from half forward, shoots towards goal. Oh, what a great goal. Quick response.
Oh, what a
from
start
Alex
to this
Silvani.
game. What a start to this game.
3 goals in the space of 5 minutes.
The shooting boots are on there. Michael Braun involved heavily there in the midfield, but it was his 4th possession. I think they turned it over, and geez, these Spartans are showing they're deadly on that counter-attack, aren't they?
Absolutely. And they're proving very effective by foot. Alex Silvani, another young champion, 60 games for Fremantle, and he played a bit for Carlton in the last half of the decade. And he's adding his name onto the scoreboards. Braun, Headland and Silvani, the goal scorers so far in this match. Morton outmatched in the ruck there. Mzungu fires it across the ground, and the Spartans again going into attack. Great mark taken there.
Harley Bennett it was.
Gets it out there to John Griffin. Shocking kick off the side of the boot. The Crusaders have numbers, but they're outmatched. Good team tackle applied by the Spartans. One of them was Caton. And the umpire says L to him. And it'll be a ball up just on the edge of the centre square. Banfield, quick kick out of the centre square. Sampi in front. No attempt at a mark. And now the Spartans away from half back. Mzungu, those famous dreadlocks again on show. Of course, Fremantle's first ever goal in a grand final. They played in 2013. And now the Spartans will look to create some opportunities in half forward with a kick beautifully smothered by Chambers. He fires the hand pass out to Wembley. He boots it long. There are two open men in the forward line. One of them there is Jakovic. spins out of trouble, fires the hand pass. Another one will go over the top. Open goal square. And that is a beautiful goal. Being kicked by another one of the Crusaders Stars. And that brings the Crusaders level again. 2 goals straight. And that is at the 6-minute mark on the complete physiotherapy scoreboard. Again, these scores goal for goal here at the moment. And it's looking like, again, it's proving to be a very competitive game. And for the Chargers, that was, of course, Adam Hunter, the swingman for the West Coast Eagles.
There we go. Our apologies. We didn't get that number copied down. That was the cause of the confusion. But I liked Glenn Jakovic's role in that goal, Paul. He looked like he'd done too much, didn't he? As the Crusaders looked like they're going to send the ball forward again. That's Woden getting it from Cousins, one Brownlow medalist to the other, and they go inside 50 here, and it's going to be a comfortable mark. And it's the swing man again. It's the man who dubbed the swing man, of course, for his ability to play at both ends of the ground, Paul. He'd drop back and take marks. He'd go forward and kick goals. He's looking to kick his second goal in a minute here, and he has kicked the first behind of the day, just a little narrow.
Especially in that premiership year in 06, Hunter was so reliable at both ends of the ground. There was one game at Skilled Stadium, as it was known back then in Geelong, got a cut to the head after being shoved onto the opposition bench. Kicked some vital goals, including one with about 3 minutes to go, and that won them the game after being 9 goals down.
Iconic images of him there with the bandaged up head, isn't it? And of course, as they look forward there for a target, good defending as comes back out, but only as far as the midfield. Woden again.
Advantage paid.
Spearing pass there, not quite finding its target. And in fact, it is intercepted there by Heath Brutus. And there's Mzungo, quick hands off. Chance Bateman, Hawthorn, premiership player, of course, firing them forward. Kicks ill-directed, picked up on the bounce, and just waiting for it a little there was the Crusaders player. Big Desi with the spin. Look at that elusiveness. Finds his target.
Bennell.
Josh Bennell looks into the forward pocket, finds his man, and a chance for the Spartans to hit back and take the lead. Plays on quickly, bends it around the corner. Wonderful stuff. It's Hayden Ballantyne, of course.
Hayden Ballantyne, one of the great small forwards in AFL history. He was always one to get up opponents' skin, but when he had the ball, could muster some absolute magic. Hayden Ballantyne. That's his first goal of the night. And in fact, that is the third for the Spartans. 13 plays 18. As we are at the 10-minute mark on the complete physiotherapy scoreboard. It has again proven to be quite competitive in the early goings.
Yeah, the only blot on the scoreboard for either team, that Adam Hunter near miss. Other than that, it's been laser-like accuracy from the forwards on both sides as we get things restarted with a ball up. Spartans this time winning the tap down. Turn around the corner. Picked off.
Matera. He's got the beard going.
It is Matera. I was going to say, I don't recognise him with the beard. But he's taken the mark, and the Crusaders go forward again. That's Callum Chambers finding his target. Adam Hunter, likewise, finding his. And a chance here for our 6th goal of the game, and for Ben Cousins to put his Crusaders back in front.
He's going to back himself here, is Ben Cousins. So he'll have a shot from just inside the 50. He's actually going to go across the ground. Goes vision. Looking for a teammate in Hunter. Beautiful vision, just like those Brownlow and Premiership days. He's going to go to Hunter, who's going to look for his 2nd goal and put the Crusaders back in front. He was looking to pass it off to Julian Pace there, but he's going to back himself here from about 40 metres out. Low trajectory kick, makes no mistake. Hunter gets his 2nd goal. The Crusaders back in front, 3-1-19 to 3 goals straight. That's 11 and a half minutes gone on the complete physiotherapy scoreboard as Cousins comes onto the bench to a great ovation from the crowd.
Well, I work with Julian at Happiness Co, Paul, and I tell you, no disrespect to Jules, but I think Adam Hunter made the right call there. I'd much rather have him with the ball in his hands in front of goal than Jules on a tight angle.
Well, wait till Julian hears about that when he sees the replay. But great work you guys do at Happiness Co. Tell us briefly, Happiness Co, for those that are not as familiar with the company, what does it provide? What does it entail?
Well, look, it's just an organisation based primarily around mental health. They do a lot of work with mental health in the workplace and delivering seminars, but also one-on-one coaching, and yeah, just looking to make that mental health battle that a lot of people struggle with, and that a lot of players out there, you and I in the penalty box, we've all experienced our own issues, and you know, it's now becoming a much easier thing for people to talk about, and I think that's fantastic, and Happiness Co are a big part of that, and proud to be a part of that organisation.
And those seminars cover all aspects of mental health, don't they?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
Brilliant company, highly recommend it to anyone that's experiencing difficulties with mental health, as the ball is on the half-forward line for the Crusaders, but again, recovering it brilliantly there. That's Ryan Crowley, one of the best taggers in modern football. Kicks across the ground, Ugle fires off the hand pass. And now, here comes Ali Pickett. Kicks towards the 50, almost intercepted. Banfield goes in hard. Ugle again. This time it was Troy Bennell. Fired the hand pass away. Pickett goes over the top. Finds John Bennell. Goes for the short pass. Out to Headland. He goes for the hand pass. Players converging on the ball like a bunch of Sherman tanks. It's on the forward line for the Spartans.
Yeah, bit of tunnel ball at the moment.
Bit of tunnel ball underneath it is at the moment. Tira goes across the ground to Braun. Now he has a bit of space to him. Fires the pass out to Mitch Morton. Outnumbered in the ruck, but he's contributed well to the midfield rotation. Hand pass fired out. No holding the ball. Morton gets it back from Prittis. And now the Crusaders are on a roll at the moment. Bennett kicks towards half forward, 2-on-1. No mark. Jakovic might have stood in the way there, but the umpire calls play on. Hard tackle being applied. And it's going to be a ball up about 20 metres out from the Crusaders' goal. 3-1 plays, 3 goals straight. 14 and a bit minutes on the complete physiotherapy scoreboard.
I was going to say, I thought Glenn Jakovic did a good job there in clearing the Spartans player out of the contest, but in the end, as you say, might have just got in the way of his teammate there. And the Spartans will reload. Chance to break on the far side. Running away with it and kicking long and accurately. Not a lot ahead of the ball here. He's going to have to wait. And waits for his target well and finds him. Long ball into the forward 50. It's over the head there of Ugle and out of bounds.
Glenn Jakovic getting a nice cheer on the bench as well. In front of what is a very good crowd here at Leederville Oval. "15 minutes into the quarter, socket off the ground towards the square, and it is a behind. Scores a level. Woden swings onto the left foot towards the half-forward line. Team tackle, Prittis going in hard. Banfield on his non-preferred side towards the forward 50 in the Spartans' defence, holding their own against what is a star-studded Crusaders forward line. Woden, 2000 Brownlow medalist with the Demons, fires it off to Bennett. Kicks towards half forward. Brilliant pickup. Going to fire it off to the run of pace. Couldn't get a clean pickup, and that's allowed the Spartans to again enforce a turnover. Carter. Hand pass out to Crowley. Goes towards right half back. Finds Cracker. Disappointing kick. That's allowed Chambers to mop this one up. And the Crusaders again are going to push forward. The kick towards Lacroix. Steady pick up on the rebound. Fires the hand pass out. And around the corner for another goal. And that is Adam Hunter. His third goal of the quarter. He is catching fire early in this opening term. And about 17 minutes into the opening quarter, and that's on the Complete Physiotherapy scoreboard. 25-19. Seems the Spartan defenders are just leaving him on his own.
Yeah, quite a few Crusaders players when they go forward just finding a lot of space. Yeah, quite a few players there just finding a lot of space in that Crusaders forward 50, making a lot of these goals quite easy to pick off. I think they just need to tighten up a little bit, the blue shirts.
Maybe they play a little man on man. I think Bo McDonald should serve that as an instruction to his Spartans charges in the second quarter. Play a little man on man, contain the presence of Hunter, because if he fires and gets consistent goals on the board, he is hard to stop. But the Spartans clear it out of the centre. A kick towards centre half forward. Good mark taken by Carter. He fires off the hand pass. Long kick from McKenna from 50 metres out. I think it might bounce through. I think it's bounced through. It's a goal. Troy McKenna.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the Spartan player in the goal square, or perhaps, I thought they was maybe just trying to claim that it was touched there, the Crusader with the ball, but no, I don't think it was touched. I think he did leave it. He thought about going for it, then left it. It was on target. It's another goal.
And it's been goal for much of this first quarter.
And that knots it up. We've got about a minute to play. Apologies for the mistake on the time on our scoreboard. Got a few mixed messages as to the length of these quarters. They will be 20 minutes, so we have about just under 90 seconds left to play with the scores tied at 4 goals, 1 apiece.
Couldn't have asked for a better start to the game with a stacked lineup of great names all around Western Australia. Again, the Spartans win another clearance. It comes out to Caton. Caton fires the hand pass. The Spartans out wide. They kick towards right half forward. Another long kick, this time Pickett. From 45 metres out, it's across the face for a behind. And it is 4-2-26 playing 4-1-25. If you want to donate, make sure you go on to mycause.com.au, search up Footy for Life, and open up your hearts and your wallets and donate to such a wonderful cause. It's a great cause, Footy for Life, and of course to all our respective charities in Lifeline and Happiness Co, who are great supporters of this event as well. Prittis affecting the hand pass. Great play by the former Brownlow medalist, Ainsworth. Couldn't get the hand pass off in time. He was caught holding the ball. Free kick. Advantage is paid. Caton, great evasive skills, fires off the pass. And that is beautiful football by the Spartans. Around the corner goes Bennell. And to the left-hand side for a behind. And that might be the last bit of action in this opening quarter. Wait for the siren. Couple of players making their way back onto the field. Matera was one of them. Ainsworth. He's going to go out wide. Prittis. Woden. 2 Brownlow medalists linking up towards the forward zone. Kick towards half forward. Agostino. Goes in board. Ainsworth. He just kept on running. And finds a teammate. He kicks from 40 metres out towards the top of the goal square. Lacroix in front, well spoiled by the defence. They're working hard. Ash McGrath, Brisbane champion, beautiful pass, fires it off to Carter.
What a super pass out there from Ash McGrath coming out of the defensive 50. Alex Silvani further afield.
Oh,
McKenna tries to come inside, great smother, but the ball just bounces back up to him and he finds a teammate. Still time here, it looks like, for the Spartans, although that kick is picked off. Couldn't take the mark there, Prittis, but he'll get it back at ground level. A quick hand pass out to Quinton Lynch, who looks long. Down the line, finds a teammate, a lot of numbers again, inside, unmarked. Phil Matera chips it up. Just let it hang in the air. I thought it had a bit too much on it, but picked up at ground level, snapped around the corner, straight through the middle by Mark Lacroix. And And the Crusaders sit back.
That is a great goal by Mark Lecrae. And with about 22 minutes played in this quarter, 5-1-31 playing 4-3-27. You said at the beginning that this game is going to be competitive. Well, it is showing on the scoreboard and out in the field. A lot of these Stars have lost absolutely none of their lustre. That made them great household names at AFL level, whether it be at West Coast, Fremantle, or any other club. And a couple of the star female players as well that are taking to the field. That is great to see as well. Of course, we've got a great AFLW and WAFLW season in the prospects and going on, respectively. Women's football on a great rise. Ainsworth, first to it. Fires the hand pass, but he was hounded by several Spartans. One of them was Silvani. He kicks towards half forward. Mark at full stretch. And that has been taken by Bennell. He's been involved in several passages in this first quarter. And this will be a chance for Bennell to put the Spartans back in front on the verge of quarter time. Bennell from 40 metres out. Leans back a little too much. And it is a behind. 4-5-28. Playing 4-4-28 rather. Playing 5-1-31. Paul Persick and Sean Fry with you in the commentary box. Joining us a little later will be Adrian Barrich from Channel 7 News here in Perth to talk about a bit of footy and, of course, the insight onto this marvellous event. Socket off the ground. It comes back to Bennell on the left foot from 40 metres out. And has he put it through? I think he has. Yes! Another one for Bennell. That's his first, and that makes it 5 different goal scorers for the Spartans, and they take back the lead by 3 points, Sean.
They do, Paul. I don't know how long we've got left to go in this one. We're not sure whether the timekeepers in the scoreboard box have fallen asleep there, but we're over the 20 minutes. I was told we were going to be playing, but as long as the footy's this good, mate, we'll just keep calling it as it happens.
Absolutely, especially with so many star-studded names on both sides behind what is a beautiful backdrop here in Perth. Leederville Oval playing host to this great event with so many people here, not only attending but also donating to a great cause. One goes over the top and wins it down. It comes out to Prittis, intercepted. Cracker. Out to Bateman. Threads his way through traffic. He kicks towards half forward. And there is Muzungu. You can remember as well, he took a great catch on the whacker in a BBL game. He kicks to the lead of Headland. And the skipper for the Spartans has an opportunity to bring up his second.
I was just going to say, Paul, you cannot call it a catch when we're talking about footy. And then I realised you were talking about the cricket.
Headland, 45 metres out. And that never looked like missing. The former Fremantle skipper has 2. It is 6-4-40 to 5-1-31. 25 minutes in on the complete physiotherapy scoreboard. 9 points the difference. The Spartans on a nice early run. And there's the siren. We finally got it in the end. After 25 minutes of play, it is 6-4-40. The Spartans to the Crusaders. 5-1-31, Sean. A very competitive opening quarter, especially with so many great names on both sides and plenty of scoring along the way.
Absolutely, an incredibly high-scoring quarter. 11 goals in it, a couple each for Des Headland, the Spartan skipper at one end, and Adam Hunter at the other. And as you say, nice and competitive. So looking forward to the rest of this one. 9 points the margin at quarter time. Crusaders 5-1-31. Trailing the Spartans 6-4-40.
Only early days here at Leederville Oval. When we come back, we'll have some of the highlights of that first quarter and second quarter action in the 2022 Footy For Life EX-AFL All-Stars exhibition match.
Ross's Discount Home Centre, supplying quality tiles, laundry and kitchen cabinets, bathroom vanities, doors and windows to Perth for 49 years. Visit us at 57 James Street, Guildford, or online at discount.com.au.
Grant's Car Stereo Morley, proudly supplying and fitting quality car stereos for over 15 years, selling top-name brands like Alpine, Focal, Rockford Fosgate, from a simple upgrade to complete custom systems. Stop in and see Grant and the boys at 61 Russell Street, Morley, or visit us online at carstereo.com.au.
Quarter time here at Leederville Oval, the 2022 Footy for Life AFL Legends exhibition match. 6-4-40 plays 5-1-31 in the Spartans' favour, as we see some brilliant slow-mo footage of the Stars in action in this brilliant event for a wonderful cause. It's all thanks to Complete Physiotherapy, Ross's Discount Home Centre, CD Dodge Scrap Metal Recyclers, Bennco, and of course Front Row Screen Sport. And there you see the Crusaders. They may be 9 points down, but they are still confident in spirits, along with their coach, West Coast Eagles legend John Worsfold, speaking to his charges. What a wonderful resume John Worsfold has got in WA football. Premiership captain with West Coast, Premiership coach with West Coast. All-Australian, best and fairest. What more can you say about the great man? And only fitting that he leads a side like that. The Spartans, of course, under the tutelage of Bo McDonald. Played in that Lions Premiership of 2001 as Sean Fry rejoins yours truly, Paul Persick, in the commentary box. 11 goals in that first quarter. We expected it to be competitive, but it certainly has raised the bar.
Yeah, well, you don't see 5-goal quarters from both teams very often in footy, and what better day, what better evening to do it today as the sun sets over Leederville Oval, the City of Perth backdrop we can see there. You said before the broadcast you can't ask for much better. It is a beautiful evening. Thankfully cooled down a little bit from the high of 41 degrees this afternoon. We were cooking up here at that point.
We'll hope to have Adrian Barrich join us at some point during the evening, as the players from both sides are getting themselves set, as we're about to get things underway for the second quarter. 11 goals in that term. And the leading goal kicker, Adam Hunter, he has 3 for the Crusaders. Des Headland has 2 for the Spartans, as we're about to get underway again for this second quarter. Great atmosphere here at Leederville Oval on a Saturday night as we are underway. Front Row Screen Sport bringing you all the coverage of this great game. Big punch away by Oakley Nichols, but intercepted. Ainsworth fires the hand pass out. Morton combining there with Chambers. He kicks towards right half forward, and now they're away. It's a long kick. Morton fires it from 55, but it's a wayward kick. It's going to go close to the boundary line, not over. And the Spartans can release it from half back. His kick, it's a disappointing one, finds Prittis. Fires the hand pass out to Ainsworth. He's going to kick towards centre half forward and find Lacroix. He plays on. He's going to go for the hand pass over the top. Hunter, back to Lacroix. Goes around the corner from 30, and I think he's put it through. He has. Lacroix has 2 and gets the Crusaders just the start they wanted. And now they are within 3 points on the Complete Physiotherapy scoreboard. We've played a minute in this second quarter, Sean.
Well, again, too easy in the forward 50 for the Crusaders. They're just finding loose men, and a couple of white shirts there fumbling the ball, and it's just having time to pick it up and find a handball. And Lacroix probably should have chipped it over into the goal square, had another teammate on his own, but if you take it on and you put it through the middle, no one's going to complain.
2-on-1 in that contest there. They had Hunter and Lacroix all on their own inside the forward 50, and not a Spartans player coming across there. So I reckon Bo McDonald will have to say to them again, that man-on-man defence needs a little bit of an up in intensity, but they still have that lead by 3 points, and they've got the next centre clearance.
You just saw on your screen there, Sam Butler, it looks like, marking Des Headland up in the forward 50, and here is that contest. Butler, I think, read it just a little bit better. Takes it away. The rebound kick out of his defensive 50 is good. Finds Brayshaw, I think that is. It's further afield to the far side, and the kick inside 50 just over the head there of
Sampi.
Ashley Sampi it is, yes. Of course, we all remember that mark of the year.
And wasn't that a mark of the year and then some?
Oh, my goodness. He was almost the height of 3 people when he took that mark.
Maybe the height of the whole Great Southern Stand with that leap as the Spartans recover it from the half-back line. That's a good mark taken there by Bennell. He fires it off to Caton. Goes to the outer side. Jetta can fire it off, and that's a wonderful kick. And it goes towards the full forward zone. And finds... It's definitely not John Griffin. We might have got our team sheets mixed up.
Yeah, we've got a few wrong numbers here, you might have noticed, but...
This for the Spartans' first goal. And a mark over the top has been taken by...
Again, when we don't have, I think a few numbers have changed there. They've certainly added...
Check side
tell you
kick.
what, though.
He has kicked
the
it.
old banana.
Oh, you've got to love that.
What a finish. And now we'll be really mad that we didn't have his name down.
Laurie B. Laurie B, that's his name.
There we go. What a finish. That's the goal of the day so far.
You'd have to say. Great mark over the top. Using his height to great advantage. Got into that one-on-one contest. Read the play brilliantly from the back. Took a great mark and just followed it up with a nice little check side. He didn't have to go for a fancy run-up.
He made it look easy, didn't he?
Certainly did. And now the Spartans have a good 8-point advantage up their sleeve. 3.5 minutes on the complete physiotherapy scoreboard.
Glenn Jakovic there, down forward for the Crusaders. Didn't spend a lot of time there in his career, although one of the saddest moments of my football watching career, I don't know if you remember this, Paul, but Glenn Jakovic's last kick, Subiaco Oval, he had a set shot. They threw him forward in his last game, and I think he hit the post in the end, and the loudest cheer I've ever seen for a point.
Yeah, the last of his wonderful 276 games as Mzungu fires it off to Headland. Des Headland, that lustre is not lost on him at all. Champion of 166 games with the Lions and the Dockers.
Butler winning the first contest, Headland winning the second, and great vision and sloppy marking this time from the Crusaders.
That is a brilliant bit of play by Headland. Good vision to fire it across the forward line. And what can this man do?
Another one of the... Hayden Ballantyne, I think this
is. It is Ballantyne.
Paul, another one we didn't have the correct number for, but what a finish that is.
It's a second
goal.
We
were right behind it here, and 2 for Ballantyne. The Spartans have a little buffer again.
2 goals to 1 in this quarter. Spartans keeping that advantage that they sustained in the first quarter, where they kicked 6 goals to 5. As we see on the Bennco replay, beautiful follow through. Of course, he made a big statement at Peel Thunder in 2008, leading goal kicker, best and fairest, and then of course played Fremantle for a decade and a bit. Played in a grand final, leading goal kicker for several years at the Dockers. And more recently came back to Peel Thunder after he retired from AFL football and called it a day after the 2021 season.
Jared Oakley-Nichols to do battle with Mitch Morton. Wins the tap, but the Crusaders take it away through their skipper Cousins. Out to Woden.
One Brownlow medalist to another.
Back to the first Brownlow medalist. A nice little left foot kick there from Benny, finds his target. And this is one of our Women's Club of Origin players from earlier, the best players in those games, getting the opportunity to play with the big boys. And Adam Hunter looks long to the goal square, evades everyone through from behind.
Crusaders now only 13 points behind, 6.5 minutes gone. In this second quarter, the Spartans will look to fire it up quickly. McGrath breaks through one tackle. Goes for the pass, back inboard. It's intercepted by Prittis. Quick kick. Now contest about 35 metres out. Over the top. Lacroix. Great mark. He's going to fire it over the top. A risky handball. Up to Jakovic with the left foot. I think he's got the goal. Yes!
Oh, he'll tell you it's never risky putting the ball in the area of the big man. We've seen his talents for over a decade back in those incredible West Coast Eagles teams alongside his coach today, and played a lot of games with today's skipper as well, Ben Cousins.
And look at him, very modest in the celebrations. Just the left arm up saying, thanks for that, Leckers.
I think he might have been apologising for calling for it. As soon as we gave the handball, he realised it was a mistake. But as I said before, if you put it through the big sticks, mate, you can't complain.
There's Laurie B and Danny Southern. Danny Southern manning him up now.
Battle of the heavyweights in the goal square. That looks like a classic battle from yesteryear.
Certainly does. Another one of the stars back in the 90s, Danny Southern for the Western Bulldogs. Prittis winning that contest. Eventually came out from Chambers, and the tackle being made there. Team tackle applied by Crowley, I think it was.
Ainsworth gets up and dusts himself off. He's been heavily involved.
He has been. The midfield rotation has been one, I'd have to say, by the Crusaders. They're getting more of the disposal and being more effective with it as Matera fires it off to Prittis, to a charging Ben Cousins. Cousins fires it towards left half forward, but a great mark from Bennell flying back with the flight of the ball.
Yeah, good courage there. And a good kick as well.
Fires it to Cracker, and there he is again. Another one of the stars for the Crusaders. Plenty of pressure being applied. Oakley Nichols. Good ground ball get. Faded brilliantly there. Bateman, he gets the kick away, but it's turned over in the centre square by Ainsworth again. His kick smothered. Ainsworth needing a little backup here. He gets that. Towards Matera. Alongside the centre circle. He goes towards centre half forward. And finds Chambers. Chips across the ground. Doesn't bounce obligingly for Embley. Gets the hand pass from Hunter unselfishly. Fires it back out. Centering kick goes looking for Sampi. Sampi, he's going to play on. He's going to go onto the left foot. Is he going to put it through? No. Sampi across the face for a behind. It's great to see Ashley Sampi back. I was speaking to him in the locker rooms earlier. Very happy to be a part of this great event. And wasn't he a cult figure at the West Coast Eagles? He had great flair and skill, especially, as you mentioned, that mark of the year back in 04, that day at the MCG. And is that out of bounds on the full? The umpires will be scouting that one. Yes, it is. Out of bounds on the full. The free kick will go the Crusaders' way. Butler from the half-back line.
He would be the most recently retired from my quick skim, would he, Sam Butler, on this list?
Yeah, Sam Butler only quit about 9 years ago. 166 games with West Coast.
Is it that long?
Yeah, it's been that long.
Time flies, doesn't it?
Certainly does. Bennell fires it off to Bateman. And now they're going to open it up on the fat side of the ground. Carter bounces obligingly there.
Ballantyne again.
Ballantyne hasn't he been everywhere in the forward line. Here's Sullen. Read the half volley well, did Danny Sullen.
How are the hands? I think he marked it.
Yes, he did.
At ankle height. Now the Crusaders can come the other way. Turning and twisting with it there and finding a target almost. Pace didn't come to the ball now. Here's a chance for Julian Pace. Show us what you can do, Jules. Has a lazy bounce. Kicks long down the line. Into a good area. Finds a target. Running away with the ball there, Steve Tormey. Tried to get a quick hand pass away. They're battling for it now at ground level. It comes back out. Long ball forward over the head of everybody. It'll bounce at ground level. One of our women's stars who unfortunately we do not have the names for. I will go down and get those at half-time. And Glenn Jakovic shares a smile with his opponent there.
Well, preparing the action. He wasn't normally a set shot for goal.
No, as I mentioned, my main memory of his set shots for goal was that last kick of his career that he missed. But I'll back him here. I'll back him here, straight through the middle.
Well, you don't want to put the curse on him. And Ballantyne there, just getting under his skin there.
Oh, that'll make it easy.
Oh, Ballantyne, just like those days. He's gotten under an opponent's skin and has conceded 50.
Well, I think someone must have said, Hayden, just showcase what you used to do. Just do all the things you used to do on a footy field. Some of them, brilliance at one end. The rest of it, stupidity at the other. To put it as bluntly as possible.
That's what he was known for, both things, as Jakovic puts it through. And it is all square once again at the 12-minute mark on the complete physiotherapy scoreboard on this Footy for Life AFL Legends exhibition match. And viewers, let us know where you're watching from on the Facebook live streams, on front row screens, and shared across pages from Footy for Life and the WA Football Commission page as well. So let us know where you're watching from. And there you see Steve Torby, number 18, of course, the board member at Toyota Financial Services. They've done a great job across the year with new cars and some great initiatives. And there you see a few of the champions on the Spartan side as well. Pickett gets the tap down. Good team tackle. Ball comes to ground. Pickett gets it back. Tackled hard there by one of the Chargers Crusaders midfielders. And we'll have ourselves a ball up. The lights are on here at Leederville Oval. Charging after the football now is Chambers. Kicks towards centre half forward. And running it there was Torby. Brilliantly played by Prittis. Kicks towards half forward. Bennell. Outmanoeuvring Ainsworth in that one. Spartans switch it up. And of course, got a couple of our Club of Origin Williams players. Just got the kick away in time. McGrath goes across the ground, finds big Michael Johnson. Palmer. And now they're going to switch it up again. Carter. This is what they've loved to do, the Spartans. They love to switch up play to the open side of the ground, look for opportunities for any open players in that forward line. They're going to go inboard again. It's an ambitious kick, but effective. Finds Ryan Crowley. Kicks towards half forward. Great mark to Ballantyne. Plays on, centres it. And finds Kevin Caton. Unselfishly fires the hand pass. Kicks towards the top of the goal square. Is it socket off the ground? No, it's touched only just on the line. And it is behind the Crusaders, now, the Spartans rather. Now have a 1-point lead as the ball is moved immediately. Lynch couldn't take it. Pace couldn't pick it up. Lynch gets it back. Almost caught. Tripped up there, but got the hand pass out. Here's Pace. Just going to chip it unselfishly and finds Mitch Morton. Made his debut with West Coast 2007. And the Eagles were at the tail end of a very successful era. Braun fires it off to Cousins. Pace on the run. Showing good pace, no pun intended, but the kick, a disappointing one. Good. Finds Carter.
Good pace, no precision. Carter comes away with it.
I'm sure Julian will be happy about that on Monday.
Yeah, he's been bigging himself up all week. And I tell you what, he has performed reasonably well, I think. I don't think he's done his reputation too much harm so far in this first half.
Long kick towards the attacking side of centre for the Spartans. Headland couldn't take the mark, but now they've got a good link-up going. Bennell fires it off. Ballantyne again. Plays on from 35 metres out, but it is touched on the line.
Lazy. Did not kick through that one.
Yeah, didn't get all of it. Matera just got a fingertip to it. And it is now 2 points the difference. 15.5 minutes gone on the complete physiotherapy scoreboard. Matera, piercing kick now onto Daniel Pickett. Pickett goes high. And now the Crusaders have got a little something going now. Here's Pace. Good mark at full stretch. He's going to go towards Lynch. Yes, he does. Oh, nice little don't argue there.
I'm pretty sure that's a Beau Waters, not
Beau Waters.
Quentin Lynch, in fact.
I'm getting our numbers mixed up again. We did get set the wrong numbers.
No, they have. They've changed a few shirts as well, and I think they've given the ladies a couple of Guernseys, and it's we're a bit all at sea, but we're doing our best, and we're having a great time, and that's what tonight's all about. Absolutely,
having fun, and you know, just having a bit of a laugh or two at times.
Any game of footy we can get away with wearing a cap.
Absolutely,
you know, isn't too serious. As the Spartans look long to the goal square. Oh, just letting it bounce there. When perhaps he should have gone towards it, Alex Silvani.
Matera just doing the smart thing of letting that go over the line.
Might be another one we've got the wrong number for, I think. Just judging by the size of him. The ball back into the forward pocket.
Headland was the first one to it, but the bounce just unfavoured for him there. We'll have ourselves a boundary throw-in. It's about 25 metres out from the Spartans' goal. They are 3 points ahead. 17 minutes on the complete physiotherapy scoreboard. We're under lights here at Leederville Oval. What is a marvellous Saturday night for football. I think we're getting the lights on here at the stands as well. Pace. He's going to go down the line. He was in the Hunter direction, but he overran it. Olgiv swings onto the right foot. He's looking there for a teammate. Might have been Stone from the boundary line. Unfavoured by the bounce. Lacroix couldn't get a hand to it. Stone again fires off the hand pass. Lacroix around the corner from 25, and he's put it through. Lacroix has 3, and that puts the Crusaders back in front at the 18-minute mark on the complete physiotherapy scoreboard. Great composure by Lacroix. He had tremendous control to get onto his right foot with open space and fire it through, as we'll see here. Well,
Mark Lacroix doing in the red and white tonight what he did so often in the blue and gold. That opportunistic goal sneak. So good from a set piece, but also so good around the body when he just gets a bit of time. Doesn't need too much time, but when he gets it, the result, usually 6 points.
Well, the Spartans haven't kicked a goal in 12 minutes of game time. Because two things have happened. The Crusaders' offence has really lifted in its intensity, and the Spartans' forwards not being as proactive when it's in their forward 50. But it's only 3 points the margin, and we are still deep into the second quarter of this matchup. Crowley. Was he held without it? Free kick to the Crusaders, holding the ball. Advantage is paid. Cousins. Long kick towards the forward 50. Was in the Lacroix direction, but what a great mark. Mark Lacroix. They had Steve Tormey flying, and he elected to go for it. Unselfishly, the hand pass from Lacroix.
Gives it off to the ex-teammate Andrew Embley.
Great goal from Embley.
Left foot round the body. Easy as you like.
Embley was so strong on both feet. Was he back in his West Coast days, and he's showing he's lost absolutely nothing. Of course, he's the host of the Drive program on Triple M, which is doing wonderfully well so far. And Andrew Embley very happy with himself there. So was Lacroix. And the margin now 9 points in favour of the Crusaders. And we are at the 19-minute mark on the complete physiotherapy scoreboard. And again, two of our great women's football stars, the steely eyes of focus as the ball is tossed back up again. Pickett breaks through 1, 2 and 3. He was caught high, and the free kick will go his way. Goes across the ground. Caton breaks through 2 tackles. Fires off the kick. Southern. No mark. Deep in the forward line. Great play by Pickett. He was caught holding the ball. Advantage is paid. Snap around the body. I think he might have put it through. Yes! And this time it was Alex Silvani. And that is his second goal. He kicked one early in the first quarter. As we'll see on the Bennco replay, it was a strong tackle. Silvani took the initiative on the Bennco replay, snapped around the corner, and thank you, mother, for the Rabbits. That was a beautiful goal.
A good call from the umpire. I think the arm was free. And in that case, you don't get rid of it. You don't get a kick away.
First goal in 14 minutes of game time for the Spartans. And that puts them within 3 points of the Crusaders. 21 minutes have gone on the complete physiotherapy scoreboard. Saturday night, a special Saturday night of footy. Here's Pace. On to Cousins now. To Jardine. Back Back to Cousins, racking up the stats. And the pass comes in, back to pace. Crusaders doing the right things at the moment. Braun with the left foot goes looking for Tormy rather. Ball at ground level. Lacroix threads through traffic. Hand pass out to Agostino. Kicks across the ground now. Tormy's hand pass intercepted. Grover. Team tackle. Watch out. Agostino was around. They clear it out of defence to the Spartans, and here's Bateman. It's across the ground. Great mark by one of our great women's football stars. There's about 3 or 4 of them on the field at the moment, and they are showcasing their skills to the best of their abilities.
We promise I will go down there at halftime and get the names, because they deserve it.
They certainly do. Bennell.
Good tackle.
Very strong tackle, and he's rewarded with a free kick.
John Bennell there, not giving it up, and overlapping handball. Speared inside 50 and another mark. Played on quickly. Around the body, it's a wobbler. It's not very pretty.
Across the face for a behind. 2 points in it. 22.5 minutes gone, Sean. We're going to be in for a great second half of footy.
Yeah, I think you were right. If the Crusaders are going to get up, it's not going to be easy.
And the kick there, intercepted. Great mark. He's going to set it up high. And the mark's been taken.
We're not sure who that is. We've got Hayden Ballantyne down as number 19, and he's obviously wearing the number 25 tonight. But a big kick nonetheless to give the Spartans the lead with just under 2 minutes left in this first half. He does sneak it through.
They've kicked the last 2 goals now, and they're back in front by just 4 points, as we see on the Bennco replay. With that, didn't need much of a run-up. The power on that right foot that he's got is strong enough to back himself from those goals, and has a bit of a laugh with Braun and Silvani and Grover. And there you see Ryan Crowley up against Tormy. Ryan Crowley made a career out of being a great tagger, one of the best taggers in modern football. His days at Fremantle and Essendon. 4 points difference. 10-8 plays 10-4 with about a minute to go in this second quarter. We're under full nightfall here at Leederville Oval. They've got the ambulances there. They've got the tents there. They're all done a magnificent job throughout the day. We've still got a half of football to go after this.
Alistair Pickett in the ruck now. Wins the tap down. Quick handball out by Bateman. Finds a teammate who looks further forward to the half forward flank. Handball finds its mark there from Carter. Ball to the goal square. And another big mark by the big man.
This will be his second, and he'll get it just like that. Goal.
The Spartans just looking like they might run away with this. I think this halftime siren is going to come at a good time for the Crusaders. A chance for Woosha to get in there and tweak things a bit.
Yes, because they have kicked the last 3 goals in the space of 6 minutes. And this will likely be the last bit of action. We may not even get this ball up in time as the siren will go. And there's Tormy. He featured in a bit in the second quarter. And the siren goes. That's the last bit of action for this second quarter. What a great game we have got in store. The margin is 10 points. 11-8 to 10-4 here at Leederville Oval in this Footy For Life AFL Legends exhibition match. It's getting competitive here, but we still got a half of football to go, Sean.
Well, we certainly do, and I think it looks like the way things are going anyway, with the Crusaders 10 goals, 464. Trailing the Spartans 11 goals, 874. Looks like we'll have both teams cracking the ton here tonight.
Well, if they do, it'll certainly bring us back to what football was like in those days. But the crowd is certainly having a lot of fun, and we hope you at home are enjoying it as well. Remember, if you want to donate, go on to mycause.com.au, search up Footy For Life, and there, open up your hearts and your wallets as much as you can to give to this great cause. 10 points the difference in favour of the Spartans, 11-8 to 10-4. We'll be back with all the halftime stuff, and hopefully we'll have Adrian Barrage join us in at the halftime break and in the second half with more Footy For Life action from Leederville Oval.
Coming up, the next generation All-Stars. They're the juniors. Give it up for the juniors.
Ross's Discount Home Centre, supplying quality tiles, laundry and kitchen cabinets, bathroom vanities, doors and windows to Perth for 49 years. Visit us at 57 James Street, Guildford, or online at discount.com.au.
Grant Car Stereo Morley, proudly supplying and fitting quality car stereos for over 15 years, selling top-name brands like Alpine, Focal, Rockford Fosgate, from a simple upgrade to complete custom systems. Stop in and see Grant and the boys at 61 Russell Street, Morley, or visit us online at carstereo.com.au.
All the great stars showcasing their skills one more time here at Leederville Oval as part of the 2022 Footy For Life AFL Legends exhibition match. It's all thanks to Complete Physiotherapy, Ross's Discount Home Centre, CD.Bennco, and of course Front Row Screen Sport, with great support from the two charities as well being represented tonight, Lifeline and the Happiness Company. Paul Persick with you in the commentary box. Sean Fry will join us for the second half, as it is 10 points the difference in favour of the Spartans, 11-8-74 to 10-4-64. Spartans kicking the last 3 goals in the space of 5 minutes in the first half, and what has been a very competitive outing with guys like Cousins, Braun, Hunter, Lacroix and Jakovic providing plenty of fire for the Crusaders. And for the Spartans, Ballantyne, Silvani, as well as Des Headland, the skipper for the Spartans side, who has kicked 2 goals in what has been a very competitive first half. 21 goals between them. You don't see that very often in Australian rules football these days, but a score like that certainly brings plenty of nostalgic feels to a great game of football that we have here tonight. The tents being constructed well. The Fireys are doing a wonderful job as well. The fire crews keeping everybody safe. They've all done a wonderful job in making sure that everybody's safe and well, and nice and cool as well on what has been a very warm 40-degree day here in Perth. Here are the Bennco highlights of the first half. Des Headland scoring the first of the night with a beautiful mark falling on his back and hanging on to that one. Ben Cousins getting amongst the possessions there, feeding it off to his teammate Michael Braun. One Eagles champion to another. Braun getting the first goal some 2 minutes later to get it back. And then, of course, you see champions like Silvani and Grover firing. And that was a beautiful goal too by Silvani to get the Spartans up and going. Plenty of players taking some high-flying marks. They're still showcasing their marvellous run, as was illustrated there. Jakovic getting the hand pass over the top to Adam Hunter, who has kicked 3 goals in this game so far. And here was another one getting his second. And there, guys like Ryan Crowley and Hayden Ballantyne getting the Spartans back into the contest, when the Crusaders got themselves a nice early lead in the first 10 minutes of the game. Ballantyne getting a good drop punt goal, firing it off from the centre clearance, providing great flair and spark from the midfield rotation. And then Hunter kicking his 3rd goal of the game, as he kicked his 3rd at the 16-minute mark of that quarter. And a nice smile on his face too. Spoke to him a couple of years ago, Adam Hunter, and was very, very pleased with how his career panned out. Was very happy playing in that 2006 Premiership side. There you see Lacroix firing off a pass over the top to Adam Hunter. And then Ballantyne bombing one long towards the top of the goal square, and he got that one through. Even without Troy Bennell getting a fingertip to it. That was a beautiful goal. It was simply fabulous stuff from Ballantyne. There you see the likes of Prittis, another Brownlow medalist, firing it off to Woden, another Brownlow medalist from 2000. Silvani contributing very well, opening up the play to the outer side of the ground. McKenna getting some good passes in. Lacroix snapping one over the shoulder from about 20, adding to the scoreboard. Firing up a really inspirational Crusader side. And then Des Headland celebrating with Tendai Mzungu. Jakovic playing the risk game along with Hunter, then off to Lacroix around the corner for a beautiful goal. Lacroix with the check side. It was a pretty ambitious one, but across the line, and just in front of me, Laurie B getting amongst the action. Bit of a nice little friendly wave going on the stands. And as you see, Laurie B getting the check side kick. Pretty effortless it was indeed. And there, Des Headland. He's taken 4 good marks in this game. The champ of 166 games with Brisbane and Fremantle. And then Hayden Ballantyne kicking another one. Was Ballantyne, he has kicked 2. And then Lacroix leaping high in front, taking a great mark. And then look at this. Jakovic called for the hand pass. He got it and then quickly swung onto the left foot. And Jakovic saying, sorry about that. And there from our sideline camera, great action shots there. Bennell taking a mark, saving the Spartans bacon. Michael Braun, the great left foot, firing it off to Sampi. And then taking the risk and playing on. Unfortunately, that kick was across the face for a behind. And then what about this? Steve Tormey breaking through 2 tackles. Then Mark Lacroix snapping another one. He's kicked 3 as well, as has Adam Hunter. Des Headland has also got 2. Ballantyne's also got 2 for the Spartans. If you're just joining us, the margin is 10 points. 11-8-74 to 10-4-64 in favour of the Spartans. In what has been a highly competitive, highly exciting game of football, especially with so many star-studded names filling in both sides. Let us know where you're watching from on our Facebook live stream, and of course on the Footy For Life website. We've got a broadcast going on there as well. And the crowd really following the action quite closely as the Little League game is taking place. Now, we've mentioned it a few times, but make sure if you want to donate to Footy For Life, donate as much as you can. Open out your hearts and your wallets. Go on to mycause.com.au. You see there on your screen. Search up Footy For Life on the search bar. And like I said, open up your wallets to as much as you can. And make sure you donate to this wonderful cause, the Footy For Life social enterprise. You can donate anywhere between $50 and $500. Oh, you can donate $1,000 if you want. Donate as much as you can to this wonderful cause. It's a great cause, man. This exhibition match is proud in supporting this wonderful event. We'll take a break. When we do come back, we'll give you some action for the second half as the little kids enjoy themselves, have a kick of the footy under the lights here at Leederville Oval, with the margin being 10 points in favour of the Spartans, 11-8-74 to the Crusaders, 10-4-64. Back after this.
Ross's Discount Home Centre, supplying quality tiles, laundry and kitchen cabinets, bathroom vanities, doors and windows to Perth for 49 years. Visit us at 57 James Street, Guildford, or online at discount.com.au.
Grant's Car Stereo Morley, proudly supplying and fitting quality car stereos for over 15 years, selling top-name brands like Alpine, Focal, Rockford Fosgate, from a simple upgrade to complete custom systems. Stop in and see Grant and the boys at 61 Russell Street, Morley, or visit us online at carstereo.com.au.
Welcome back to Leederville Oval as we see some great slow-mo shots of the Stars in action. Prittis and Ballantyne and Cousins and Braun. The Bennell boys, Cracker and McGrath. In what has been a very entertaining game of football in this Footy for Life 2022 AFL Legends exhibition match on this Saturday night, the first of our footy broadcast for 2022. And what a great game we have seen so far. 11-8 to 10-4. Paul Persick with you in the commentary box. Sean Fry will join me for the second half not too long from now. And what a great event it has been so far. We had a couple of curtain raisers early on in the day. We had Club of Origin women's game, Club of Origin men's game, and then of course now we have got the main event in full swing. 21 goals being scored in this game so far. You don't see that very often in modern football, especially in such a great occasion as this, under the lights here at Leederville Oval on a Saturday night. Very rare you could play footy in a cap. You can get away with that. Michael Johnson doing just that. You don't see players wearing a cap often. Only you'd see a couple of the odd ones here and there during the pre-season when it gets around 40 degrees like we had here today. And the crowd making sure they're not only staying cool but also enjoying themselves immensely on this Saturday night here at Leederville Oval. It's a great atmosphere. Crowd likely to be around 3,500. Of course, having a good time. Remember, if you want to donate to Footy for Life, go on to mycause.com.au. Search up Footy for Life on the search bar, and before you know it, you can donate to Footy for Life. It's a wonderful cause. It's a great event that we have here at the moment. You can donate as much as you can, $50 to $500, even $1,000. Please give generously. It's a wonderful cause. Of course, it has the backing of our great supporters, Happiness Co. and Lifeline being the two charities mainly represented. Complete Physiotherapy, Ross's Discount Home Centre, CD Scrap Metal Recyclers, Bennco Engineering, and of course Front Row Screen Sport, #1 sport streaming service here in WA. Where for you in 22. It's going to be a big year in football for the guys in 2022, make no mistake about it. Sean Fry rejoins me in the commentary box. Sean, it's been a very competitive outing between both these two teams, and you'd expect nothing less in the second half.
Mate, I think I just covered more kilometres than anyone on the pitch there trying to track down all these missed numbers. Just to do the housekeeping there, we've got a couple of the ladies for the Crusaders, Sienna Proctor, Annalie Polomino, and Kyrie Lee Sleeth. Now, she said I was the one that missed that goal, and I said, well, I'm glad I didn't know your name then, but I do now. Dana DeBont for the Spartans, it is wearing the number 2, and Dana Trish DeBont. Medwin in the number 9. We've got a few other number changes here, and as I said, we will do our best to get those all right for you. Phil Matera, as we thought, is not out there. He is not number 33. He hasn't grown 2 feet and a beard. That is Frank Agostino.
Frank Agostino.
33 for the Crusaders. And Anthony Grove up wearing number 19. We've got Nathan Hansen, 23, and Danielle Fagans wearing number 24.
A little bit of housekeeping for you there. If we got any of the numbers wrong, we do apologise. But it's all about having a good time nonetheless here at Leederville Oval. What has been quite a marvellous event for Footy for Life and all the represented charities here. We've got all the legends taking part in what is a phenomenal game. We've got the Little Leaguers at the moment, but we've also got the main stars out there at the moment. The Spartans are out there at the moment as we show you some of the Bennco highlights that we showed earlier. And what about this, Sean? Des Hedlund kicking the first one of the match. No luster lost from him at all. But also, you see plenty of champions getting a lot of the footy and making the most of it.
Yeah, it was Desi up one end, Michael Braun up the other. Got us off to an absolutely flying start. And it hasn't really slowed down since then, has it? We've got 10 goals for the Crusaders, 11 for the Spartans in just under half a footy, or in one half a footy exactly, I should say. But I can't remember too many AFL games I've watched recently that that both sides have kicked 20 goals. I remember a couple of Geelong, North Melbourne blockbusters back in the day on Friday night footy where they notched up numbers like that, but you don't see it very often. And as much as there's been some good finishing up forward, as you've mentioned a couple of times yourself, Paul, some of the defensive play may be a little bit lacking, perhaps due to the heat.
Yeah, because we did reach 40 degrees again today, and we had to push back a couple of times as a result of the heat, to make sure that the players are safe on the field, but also the fans that are here tonight, they're safe and indoors and in shelter, so they don't want to get burnt up or anything like that. But, we'll just talk about this event in general momentarily. Footy for Life, it's an event that, came about because footy is such an important way of life, isn't it? It's an important state of our being here in Australia, particularly Western Australia, where it's a very strong football state. And this initiative, no doubt, is getting a lot of rave reviews from everybody, and no doubt it'll look to become something annually in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really looking to use footy as a conduit to talk about and tackle and raise a bit of money today for these mental health and physical well-being, engagement with the community, all the things that Footy for Life see as so important. No Silzier, the main organiser of this event, has done a magnificent job. Hundreds of volunteers as well have put their time. The ambulance and firefighters that have come down and not donated their time completely free, but at an absolute cut price to make sure that this event could go forward. So thank you to everyone that has put their time or their money up. And as you mentioned, if you want to put your own money up, there are ways of doing that. You can head to that My Cause donation page for Footy for Life. You can also head to Lifeline or the Happiness Co Foundation and donate to those wonderful charities of choice for today. But a big second half ahead of us. Anything in that first half you saw, Paul, that makes you want to revise your tips, or are you still backing the Crusaders with their Ben Cousins kick on the siren?
Still sticking by it, because anything can happen in a game of football, especially in a half of football where so many things can change. The pendulum can swing so many times, and the action, it never dies down, make no mistake about it. But you've got players there for the Spartans that have done such a phenomenal job up forward. You've got the likes of Hayden Ballantyne, who's been firing on all cylinders, especially in that forward line.
Interesting with Hayden Ballantyne there, you just saw him on screen. Looks like his hairdresser got halfway through the haircut and then probably had another commitment because it wasn't quite finished.
Yes, that's a hair. With all due respect, Hayden Ballantyne's a great player, but that is a hairdo that I would never see myself with.
I think it'd suit you, Paul.
Oh, turn it up, mate. I had a middle part that looked like Backstreet Boys late 90s, and that looked absolutely ridiculous.
Well, the Backstreet Boys, as we all know, very popular with the ladies, so it could be worse. I used to get told I looked like Justin Timberlake all the time.
Fair enough.
Before I started growing my beard, and it used to annoy me, and then I realised that you just got to take what you can get, mate.
Absolutely. But know that these Stars are taking everything that's coming to them, and they're doing it very well indeed. As you see there, Matty Prittis spoke to him pre-game, and he was very excited to pull on the boots again. So was Mark Lacroix, Ashley Sampi, and even Glenn Jakovich, who still had that steel eyes of focus. I mean, after all these years, whenever he gets out on the field, his focus is that good. There's just no stopping him.
Yeah, a couple snapshots there of those snaps around the body from Lacroix and Embley.
And how good was Embley in those days, especially in so many clutch finals games. When he got called on to perform, he just turned it up and then some, especially in that grand final in 06, winning the Norm Smith medal for best player on the ground. And that mark, especially in the last few minutes on the last line of defence, pretty much summed up Embley's performance that day.
Anthony Grover there putting those goals through on those highlights. We had him down incorrectly numbered, so we'll give him the props that he's due. It was a big part of that late surge by the Spartans to give them that narrow lead heading into the third quarter.
Now everyone here, obviously loves their WA football, whether they support Fremantle, West Coast or any other club. But, going to you personally, apparently you watched these Stars a long time ago and frequently too. You're a member of the Eagles back in the day.
I was a huge, still am a big Eagles fan. Obviously when you're younger, when you're at uni and not working full time, you have a bit more time to throw at your passions, and footy was one of mine. And yeah, I used to go down to every game at the late, great Subiaco Oval that we see no longer. Obviously, as been replaced by an absolutely world-class, state-of-the-art facility that we have now at Optus Stadium. But yes, those afternoons at Subi I did used to love. I used to watch a lot of these players out there, and Ben Cousins, as we've said before, and as everyone knows, is one of the greatest players to play the game. And as well, one of the reasons I'm so excited to be here tonight is just to be able to watch him run around and kick a footy, because he is, hands down, I would say, the best player I've ever seen play live in the flesh.
Absolutely. Just his skill and his flair and his creativity in the midfield and in up forward as well. You know, made him a superstar. He was the son of a champion, Brian Cousins, who played with Geelong in the 70s and 80s, and a sponsor's dream, as many quoted him. But, you know, obviously had a couple of tough times, but he's back up on his feet and in great spirits. And that competitive desire has not died down for him. You know, he's getting plenty of the football, showing great speed across the centre. And, you know, after all these years, he's still got it. I mean, no wonder he was one of the favourites, not just for you, not just for me, but for everybody across Western Australia and in the footy world.
Well, most of us as Eagles fans growing up, my age, in their 30s now, we were the ones buying the number 9 jersey, wearing it around in the backyard. As when he was winning that Norm Smith, the Rising Star, playing mostly out of a forward pocket at that time. He'd be running around in my own backyard pretending to be that Rising Star cousin, snapping goals from left, right and centre, winning grand finals, and obviously then seeing him win a grand final as I grew up. And watching him my whole life was such a wonderful moment, and well, culminating with tonight, seeing him come back, as you mentioned, not just Ben and Des as well, the captain of the Spartans, but a lot of the players out there playing tonight, as we mentioned earlier, have had some tough times, because that's what happens in life. It's not just footy players, it's not just you and I. At the end of the day, we have to remember everyone out there is still a human being, and while they have, you know, 10 years, perhaps if they're lucky, in the limelight, it's a rough go for them when that ends.
Absolutely, and mental health in these divided times can be so important, and it is ever more important than it is today. Mental health is such an important tool. Mental health is such an important aspect in life, and not many people understand that. But in times like these, you know, when the world is divided, there is always that uniting force. There is two uniting forces combining into one: football and mental health, because football can be good for your mental health. It's a way of escape. It's a way of escape that can be so good for you mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, of course. And this event that has come about tonight is a wonderful show for mental health, and showing that mental health and football can go so well together.
And when you look at the two sides, obviously we talk a lot about the captains, and Des Headland and Ben Cousins, but they were basically told, put your teams together. And as soon as they sound out the message to their ex-teammates and their old mates, the rallying cry behind them, we've said so many times already in this broadcast what a wonderful run sheet of names it is in front of us, and it really just goes to show that 10, 15 years on, the people that they played with, the community that they engaged with when they were footballers, are still there when they need each other. And when Ben calls out, you've got his ex-teammates, and Lacroix and Butler and Jakovic and Sampi and Embley and Sell. The list goes on. They're all here to support him and to support this wonderful cause, because obviously it means a lot to them and a lot to everyone else here.
Before we go to the break, we'll throw up that donation link again, but it is very important. It is very important that you get behind this cause and donate. You go up to mycause.com.au and search up Footy For Life, and open your hearts and open your wallets and donate as much as you can to this wonderful cause. Just repeating that, it is mycause.com.au. On the search bar, you search up Footy For Life, and you can donate as much as you can. It's great to have the backing of not only our corporate sponsors here, but also Happiness Co and Lifeline WA for crisis support and suicide prevention. Two wonderful causes in support of this tremendous event. mycause.com.au, Footy For Life, and raise as much money as you can to this wonderful cause. We're going to take a break. When we do come back, all the second half action here at Leederville Oval, where it is the Spartans leading by 10 points over the Crusaders, 11-8 to 10-4.
Ross's Discount Home Centre, supplying quality tiles, laundry and kitchen cabinets, bathroom vanities, doors and windows to Perth for 49 years. Visit us at 57 James Street, Guildford, or online at discount.com.au.
Grant's Car Stereo Morley, proudly supplying and fitting quality car stereos for over 15 years, selling top-name brands like Alpine, Focal, Rockford Fosgate, from a simple upgrade to complete custom systems. Stop in and see Grant and the boys at 61 Russell Street, Morley, or visit us online at carstereo.com.au.
Welcome back to Leederville Oval. As we're not far away from the second half of action beginning. We've just got the Little League presentations going on at the moment before we are able to get back into action for the second half of this main event. The ex-AFL Legends exhibition match where the margin is 10 points in favour of the Spartans side, led by Des Headland and coached by Bo McDonald. 11-8 to 10-4 over the Crusaders, led by Ben Cousins and coach John Worsfold. And we've just been housekeeping the player numbers as well, because we did get a few mixed messages regarding the team names, but we are doing everything we can to entertain you, especially in times like these where entertainment is so important, and mental health is so important, and that's why this event comes about. In our first football broadcast of 2022, footy fans, it's a big year, make no mistake about it, so watch this space. But here tonight, plenty of star-studded lineups across both the teams tonight. Crusaders have had plenty of contributors as well. Ben Cousins amongst the best of them. Michael Braun, Matt Prittis, Adam Hunter, who's kicked 3 goals, Jakovic and Lacroix, who have also got 3. Andrew Embley amongst the goal kickers as well. For the Spartans, 2. Des Headland, who has booted 2. And also Hayden Ballantyne, who's also got 2. McKenna, and also Anthony Grover. As Sean Fry mentioned earlier, he's got 2 goals. Plenty of goal kickers on the board, Sean, for both sides, with 21 goals being scored. And if another 21 goals are scored, my goodness, we are going to be in for a big, big, big finish.
Yeah, we said early on, it looks like both teams will crack the ton. I'd say now it looks like they'll do it with ease. You're looking at 120 points plus either way if the things keep going the way they are. And no reason they'd slow down. The emphasis has been on open attacking footy, certainly.
Steve Urkel, here he is, Steve Urkel.
Oh yeah, look at that, Embers.
Oh,
doing his best Steve Urkel impression.
Oh.
That is something else.
Goodness gracious me.
Yeah, I'm lost for words. It's not often I'm lost for words.
I'm not sure if it's the Steve Urkel Harry High Pants or the Warwick Kappa tight shorts, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, the Kappa shorts were tiny. That was the thing. This is definitely a Steve Urkel look where our producers are spot on there with what they told us. That's a great call.
Shout out to Matty Williamson and Ryan Ramage doing a great job in the truck. They are also having a great time as well, doing a great job in putting together this game. And of course, Front Row Screen Sport, we're for you in 2022. Especially in the winter season, watch this space. It is going to be absolutely stacked with football across the season. It is going to be a lot of fun. And for all our viewers that are craving football, look no further than Front Row Screen Sport.
As we just have a look at some of these youngsters, stars of tomorrow, coming up to get their medals. What a big day for them, or a big evening for them, getting out to go and play at half-time amidst all these AFL and ex-AFL legends. They've been queuing up for photographs and autographs with the likes of Woosher and Cousins throughout the evening, and in fact got to have a run around in a training session with them last week, and I was down there and seeing some of these kids run around and be able to share the ball with Brownlow medalists and premiership players. And the smiles on their faces after training was enough to make your day, I tell you.
Certainly was. And it's been a great time for WA football, not matter for WA sport as well. And speaking of things that are, going to make people smile, today it's been a near clean sweep for the WA teams. The Wildcats won, the Scorchers won, and the Glory won. And also the Dockers AFLW side won today. So WA teams have had a good time. There you see on your screen another one of the stars who had a great time in his AFL career, Ben Cousins. Having a chat there with another one of the stars there, Kevin Caton. Having a nice talk about football and life. Met Ben Cousins, spoke to him earlier this afternoon, and oh my goodness, he was absolutely beaming from both ears, mate. In such a positive light, having a good time, enjoying life, and simply an inspirational force for everyone, every man, every woman, every child. Simply incredible.
Well, I've just met you today, Paul, so you won't know this, but I did a bit of Uber driving in a former life amidst 5 or 6 other jobs I was doing at the time, and Ben popped up on the screen, and I accepted the ride, and was very surprised to see a long-haired, bearded man who, as he ambled towards the car, quickly recognised as Ben Cousins. So shared a ride with him, gave him a lift into the city, and didn't want to bother him with my fanboying for the whole trip, so I left it right at the end to say, what an impact he's had on my life. And
you're a bit starstruck though.
I was a little bit, how we'd all wish him the best, and he was very humble and said that Perth has been a lot better to him than he thinks he probably deserved, and the Perth community has really helped him pull through some of his tough times. And as we've mentioned a bunch of times, that is what tonight is all about. As the ball is back in the middle, it is thrown up. We are here ready to start the third quarter, and the Spartans will get the first clearance. It's Crowley to Mzungu, spearing to the forward 50 at each side, finding a target and looking for the opening goal, which will open up a pretty handy 16-point buffer here.
This will be identical to the start of the first quarter when Des Headland got the opening goal for the Spartans, and it looks as though it's Troy Bennell. He's got it.
And it is the same result, same spot in the park. Great technique. Well, it does start to make things difficult. There is a bit of a buffer opening up here.
So now 16 points on the Bennco replay. Beautiful kicking style, nice and smooth. Not putting too much power on that right foot, but very effective and straight through the middle. Now the margin 16 points, and as you said, Sean, a nice buffer building for the Spartans, but this game absolutely not over by a long shot.
No, with goals as easy to come by as they have been tonight. They normally handy lead of just under 3 goals isn't quite as big as it would otherwise be, as Crowley gets the quick kick forward here on this occasion. Takes a bit of a Shane Warne leg break there and pops up. Daniel Fagan ships it inside 50, but they turn it over and coming the other way with it.
Waters kick intercepted. Mzungu taking his chance, fires it off to Pickett. Pickett caught in a good tackle by Chambers. Seemed to hang on with it for a long time. Woden caught in the tackle. And now the Spartans again retain possession through Oakley Nichols. Good chain of hand passes. Kicks across the ground. Finding a couple of teammates there. Carter.
Crowley with the pass it was there. And
oh, that's Silvani rather. Silvani swings onto the right foot and across the face for a behind. Silvani, number 33, just inside the 50. But it just swayed across the face for a behind. On the Ross's Discount Home Centre scoreboard, the margin 17 points. So the Crusaders, the Spartans rather, have opened up a nice handy buffer as it's on the outer side. Across the ground they go. Agostino goes back inboard. Bo Waters, another one of the 2006 Premiership Stars. He's very reliable at the forward half of the ground and a bit in midfield back in those days.
And always reliable when you needed someone to put their body on the line.
Absolutely,
One
he was
of the
fearless.
toughest nuts I've ever seen.
There's so much charisma on the field. And a lineup that had stars aplenty, as it is thrown up on the outer side of the ground. Hunter out-muscled in the ruck contest. It came out to Mzungu. And now the Spartans have got it out very quickly. Hayden fires it off now. Pickett throws it on the boot inside 50. Headland breaks through 2 tackles from just inside the 50. Shoots towards goal. What a great goal.
Wonderful.
Des Headland. Oh, the former Fremantle skipper. Former #1 pick in the draft. Showing he's lost absolutely no magic. He's kicked another one. The margin out to 23 points. And by golly, Desi Headland showcasing his magic. Look at this on the Bennco replay.
Well, you said it, the big don't argue, and you said he hasn't lost any of that talent, and that is absolutely on the money, Paul. He certainly hasn't. Maybe he's lost a step or two of pace in his older age, but that ability is absolutely there for all to see.
That's only a minor loss. That's only a minor loss. Especially if you speak to Desi Headland about that, he'll be saying, doesn't matter. He can still kick goals from 50.
At least he had it to lose, mate. You and I never had it.
Yeah, fair enough too. 23 points the difference now, 13-9 to 10-4. They've kicked the last 4 goals.
Yeah, they really need to do something here, the Crusaders, but it's the Spartans looking like they're most likely to go forward. And Bateman picking it up, finding Mzungu. Wider again. Another forward entry for the Spartans. No mark, comes to ground. Wrapped up in a tackle, no prior opportunity. Will ball it up about 40 metres out, directly in front of the Spartans' goal. 23 points the lead now. As we see Andrew Embley with a big smile coming off the ground.
He's enjoying himself out there. Great to see Embers, and giving a few autographs for the fans as well. Going down there was Pickett. Snap around the corner. This is Bennell. Don't tell me. What a goal. Troy Bennell. Good God Almighty, he's let the cat out of the bag. And Troy Bennell has another one for the Spartans, and his second of the quarter. Have a look at this on the Bennco replay. Great gather around the corner. On the non-preferred side too.
Well, we've arguably seen the 2 best goals of the night in the last 2 minutes. Big Desi wheeling inside and stiff-arming one off, and there Troy Bennell, as you said, on the non-preferred, splitting the middle from an almost impossible angle.
Even Ben Cousins enjoyed that goal and given a nice thumbs up to a section of the crowd there. He will be hopefully on the ground in a moment, and great to see him in great spirits. And Sam Butler too on the back line. Is he possibly going back to the bench? I think he is.
Well, let's see what the Crusaders can do here. They need to do something now, because this is a 29-point lead now for the Spartans. This time they will get first hands on it. It's Michael Braun dumped after he got the hand pass away. The advantage won't be paid to Adam Hunter. And back in his playing days, he would have been absolutely furious at the umpire, I'm sure, on that occasion. Today, being the cause that it is, he's happy to let it go. Quick hand pass off. Ball there to be won.
Well done.
Hunter gets a hand pass away, punched on. Prentice picks it up. They come back outside the 50, backwards to go forwards. Pitches there in a little leg break, beats everyone except Mark Lacroix, who does, we keep saying it, just does what Mark Lacroix does. If you give him the ball inside the forward 50, it doesn't matter where you are, how much time you give him. There's a very, very good chance he's going to find the big sticks. He did it there yet again, and that's exactly what the Crusaders needed.
Mark Lacroix, that's his 4th of the night, as you see on the Bennco replay. Now you see him, now you don't. And he pulls the rabbit out of the hat. Fantastic snap at goal. Des Headland there having a chat with one of his opponents there.
He's got a young number 30 down here on the the wing coming on for the Crusaders.
Might be
small in stature. I'm not sure if he's... No, one of the Water boys is heading off now. Heard the stampeding of feet. Wanted to get out of there. Here's Prittis.
Good to see the kids getting involved, though.
Absolutely. A hand pass there, just to the wrong coloured shirt. Crusaders mop it up inside their defensive 50. Brayshaw takes his time. It looks long. Not long enough. Hands in the back. A free kick would have been paid. Mark was taken anyway. Bateman.
Oh,
Desi! Do it again, Des. This one is an absolute bag of flour. Just hit the belly of the ball and wobbled it.
I'm afraid it's a bag of flour without any topping on it.
Absolutely, but not a bad result. Ball up. 15 metres out from goal.
Well, the pressure's going to be on the Crusaders. Now they have to muster a big chance out of defensive 50 and get the ball down the other end. Because that 23-point margin may be a lot, but it's still anybody's game. Bennell once again goes high with the left foot. It's going to go deep into the square. I think he's no. I thought he had it for a moment there.
Just narrow. Nice high one. If there are any clouds in the Perth sky this week, they might have come down with a bit of rain on it, but I haven't seen a cloud for a while here. It's been a very, very hot day.
Oh, it's been 40 degrees for the last couple of days, but it is a little bit cooler, just slightly, mind you. Ainsworth leaping high, but he got caught around the neck. And it'll be a free kick going his way. Immediately dishes the hand pass out. Braun down at ground level, fires the hand pass back to Ainsworth, and now the Crusaders, can they muster something? Pace loops it over the top, finding Ainsworth again.
Yeah, great composure there, Jules.
And now Agostino. Short pass, not 15. Braun, quick pass back to Agostino on the run. The kick on the outer side. Looking for Hunter, no mark. Ball's at ground. Great play by Pickett. Snatches it out of the contest. And now goes to the open side of the ground. Crowley gets the hand pass out. They've got Headland looking up forward, but he elects not to go to him. There's a player on his own. And a fine mark taken by that man, Bennell, who's been involved in everything.
Chance to stretch the lead out to the biggest of the day. 30 points.
This will be a big margin for the Crusaders to climb back from as Bennell. He's going to kick from 45 metres out. He's kicked 3. Can he make it 4? And the answer is yes.
Goal umpire does not move.
Bennell makes it 4 for the night, as we are at the 11-minute mark of the Ross's Discount Home Centre scoreboard. And on the Bennco replay, Bennell, that kicking style, he has plenty of power on that right foot.
It never looked like missing. As my old footy coach in high school used to tell me, if you drop the ball straight and you kick it straight, it's going to go straight.
Absolutely.
That's all he did there.
That's the only advice you'd need if you're a goal kicker, especially if you're kicking from 40. But my golly, plenty of goal kickers around. 15-10-100 to 11-4-70, 11 minutes played in the third quarter. The Crusaders, they can come back from this. It's not impossible. But my goodness, they have got a big task at hand as the Spartans. They have got a lot of flair going on. One of them there was Cracker. Fires the pass. And now they're on again. From 55 metres out, it goes long towards the top of the goal square. Covering that one on the last line is Danny Southern. Great read with the flight of the ball.
There he goes, Ben Cousins, number 9. Give it up.
Ben Cousins back on the field now. Pickett fires it off to Braun. Goes looking for Hunter. Got the hand pass out, looking for Cousins. But great play there by Pickett. Evades the tackle.
Dana DeBont getting a touch there for the Spartans.
DeBont to Caton, intercepted by Hunter. Finds pace. Hasn't he been good in this third quarter? Good call, holding the ball.
Too slow, Julian, and I can finally use my line. We may have to change his name, Paul, to Julian Lack of Pace.
Oh, that's a bit harsh.
Oh, I've had it teed up all day and he hasn't given me a chance to use it, so you've got to take your opportunities.
I'm going to have to go along with that. But like I said, that next office meeting on Monday could be quite interesting indeed.
Be great times. I'll buy him a six-pack, he'll be fine.
Pickett's pass goes to the path there of the big fella, the number 19. He's going to fire it off, inboard kick towards the forward line. No mark. Picking it up brilliantly there was Bennell. Fires towards goal, and he's put through another one. That is a great goal, Bennell. He's kicked another one for the Spartans, and in fact, they have kicked the last 7.
Lovely little left foot check side, and I told you it would be a comfortable win today, Paul. Just had the feeling this one was going to be a blowout all along.
I'm not sure if you did, mate. I can't believe you on that.
I may have picked the other side.
Turn it up. But nonetheless, that is a beautiful goal. Bennell has got another one. He has really caught fire. Both the Bennell boys, in fact, have been magnificent. Crusaders have got a 36-point margin.
Come on, Crusaders.
The Spartans, rather. And they have kicked, can you believe this, the last 8 goals.
Yep.
My goodness gracious me.
Swing. Looking harder and harder for the Crusaders to get back into this one. Although, if anyone can get them back into this one, that's probably been their best player, Mark Lecrae.
Beautiful kick.
Absolutely right on cue.
That's what they needed. That's what they needed. They need several contributing.
Yep, absolutely. And this is not Sam Butler. I can tell you that much. This is one of our players, I think, from the earlier games, the Men's Club of Origin, I would imagine. So we don't have the name.
But this will be a big
goal. But cover yourself in glory.
And it never looked like missing.
No, he does.
That is a superb goal, and he does cover himself in glory. Number 26, that was from one of the club Origin games for the men's, and he stems the margin back to 30 points.
As good a kick as Sam Butler by the looks of things.
Possibly, yes. And that is at the 14-minute mark on the Ross's Discount Home Centre scoreboard. As you see here, beautiful kicking action. Not a lot of swing on that one. And there you see Debont, the player on the mark. And giving a nice little congratulations there for that goal. Back to 30 points, 16-10 plays, 12-4. The kicking very accurate in front of goal tonight.
Yep, and the Crusaders getting exactly what they needed, breaking that streak. We said it was a moment of magic out of the middle from Mark Lecrae. Can they find some other sources here? Hard ball there to be won, and it is one. And here's Cousins. Out for Butler, his kick smothered. The Spartans will take it away. Pace was in pursuit. They evaded him. And now we'll look further forward. Numbers here with the Crusaders, but the hands of Desi Headland. He has been absolutely superb tonight. The Spartans captain, just another in a series of moments of magic, and it's going to lead to another Spartans goal surely. The ball bounces, ground level. They can't get a clean hand pass out. Ballantyne goes over the head. Ballantyne goes over the head and straight through the big sticks.
Oh, Ballantyne. Whenever you need a moment of magic, just call on Hayden Ballantyne and he'll deliver the goods. Have a look at this Bennco replay. Hand pass from the top of the goal square. Ballantyne just went over his head and said, thank you very much.
Just quietly, how good was the hand pass there?
Fantastic.
At ground level from Danielle Fagents.
Danielle Fagents, one of the best.
Getting that hard ball that Hayden didn't want to get his own hands dirty and go and get. He made her do that dirty work and she did it for him.
But I tell you that goal was set up by the effort from Headland. Just kept on attacking the football and set it up with a great hand pass over to Bennell. Long bomb from outside 50. Set up that great entry. That's Headland's goal.
I think Hayden will take issue with you for that.
Well, it's a team game.
Still had a fair bit to do, and it was a wonderful finish from a man not a stranger to wonderful finishes. And here they go again. So much room opening up now for the Spartans. It's becoming a blowout.
Great mark again, taken there.
And here
by
he goes.
McKenna.
I think is it not Ballantyne again?
I think it's a goal.
Straight through.
Yes. It's another one.
Well, this one is starting to become a procession.
Certainly is. They kicked 9 of the last 10 goals of the Spartans. Good golly. And no, it wasn't Ballantyne, it was McKenna.
It was McKenna. You're right. It's my ageing eyesight.
Here comes the legend, Desi himself.
We'll let you behind the curtain and let you know I forgot to bring my binoculars today. Paul, the professional that he is, of course, did not forget his, so...
Always bring the binoculars, no matter what, mate.
I'm learning from the best, mate. I'm learning from the best.
And coming off the bench there, Frank Agostino getting water from one of the little water boys there, enjoying himself out there. Ball back in the centre. Again, Ash McGrath. Hasn't he been sensational down back? Ball out to Bennell. Long kick with the left foot and a player on his own just like that. They're kicking him from everywhere. And it's that man again, Troy Bennell, who has an opportunity to kick. I think it's number 6.
Well, if you're a Spartans player now, you're just thinking, oh, I'm going to fill my boots here.
So Bennell, from right on the 50, backs
my word,
himself
that is a
in.
rocket.
Good God almighty, what a kick! Bennell has 6. Simply incredible. Troy Bennell, he's making it his show tonight.
Yeah, absolutely is. And this is, again, another slow motion vision of that superb kicking style. Absolutely launched that one.
8 goals to 2 in this quarter alone, when they kicked 5 goals in the second to 5 for the Crusaders. This is simply incredible by the Spartans, as Agostino is off and Hunter comes back on for the Crusaders, and Agostino also comes back on for the Crusaders as well. They need a goal.
Double fist forward from the centre, going the right way for them, but picked up by the wrong coloured shirt there. And the Spartans are again going to take it away and look for an entry inside 50, but it's picked off there by the running Callum Chambers. He looks forward, a couple of options here. One of them is Mark Lacroix. He's good from here. He checks his kick beautifully.
Go Jules! Okay, go Jules!
That might be another one of the young guns from the Club of Origin's men's game.
This is a fresh-faced, youthful young man who runs close to the man on the mark, perhaps put him off a little bit. Top of the goal square.
Free kick.
Bit of a fumble. Free kick picked out for the Spartans for a block.
And 50.
Oh, umpire.
Oh, that is an interesting 50 if I've ever seen one.
He hasn't read the memo, but I'm not sure who kicked the ball there in the end. But didn't hear the umpire's whistle, or didn't accept the umpire's whistle. If it was AFL footy, I'd say that's absolutely fair enough. But come on, guys.
It's Trish Medwin with the free kick as the Spartans move it freely.
Looking to rebound off the half-back flank. Prudis goes wide. They come back inside now. And long and high. And not too handsome in the Spartans' eyes anyway. Marked comfortably in the defensive 50, and here they come the other way. Daniel Pickett, left foot spearing kick to the wing, finds his target.
That's Hunter.
But Hunter wheels inside, long again, player on his own, or should I say on her own, to Mark Lacroix, spears one towards goal and straight through the middle. He is the man, it seems, to get them back into this if they are going to get back into it.
And that's his 5th as well.
But at this stage, with 4.5 minutes left in this quarter, that is a hefty Spartan lead that they're trying to chip away at. Still 42 points.
Lacroix just kept on running there. He ran unchecked from centre wing, no man coming across him, and was able to freely roam towards the 50 and bang through a beautiful goal. That's number 5 for him. He's had a nice night out. And the number that he's wearing was his original number. Played number 19, 05-06. He kicked 5 against Richmond in 2006, and they demolished Richmond by 60 points at the G.
I knew it looked good on him.
But of course,
familiar. Here they come again. Over the head of Cousins, but they've still got it here. Ooh. Just off fingertips. No one could hold on to the mark. And the Spartans come away rebounding from the defensive 50.
Pickett, hasn't he had a game? Hasn't he had a brilliant game in defence and in the midfield as well? DeBont caught in the tackle, not paid holding the ball. Carter, centering kick towards half forward. Bennell, well played there by Pickett. Gathers, has a bounce, fires off the hand pass, it's turned over. Grover, centering kick, and finds Cracker. Is he going to go over the top? He shoots for goal himself and puts through another one. Cracker kicks the goal. They have kicked 9 goals in this quarter alone to 3. And what has been an explosive third term by the Spartans. And they go to 2010, 130 to 13, 482. Spartans now have a resounding lead. Over 7 goals was the margin. Sean Fry, I can imagine this will be a big Spartans win, but still anything can happen in football. As Pritis, is he going to dish it out to Cousins? Yes, he does.
She made it tough for him.
Certainly did. Got held to ground. No free kick. Umpire calls play on. Good team tackle. In front there was Hayden.
Just winning all of those hard balls, all of those 50-50s at the moment.
He fired that one off to Carter, who set that one up, and now the Spartans are away. Rover, that's a good centering kick. There's much there. Ballantyne plays on the siren. Does that one count? Yes!
Whoa, gee, I tell you what, it's hard to tell. We do have a bit of a delay here on the screen that we have, and that's what I was watching on. I heard the siren before he kicked it, but given that delay, I think maybe he just did sneak that win in. I don't think it's going to matter when the scoreboard reads as it does. It's now a 48-point lead for the Spartans with just a quarter to go. I'd say the result is in the books. We've probably still got a bit of good footy to watch in the fourth quarter, I'm sure, Paul.
10 goals to 3 in that quarter. A very resounding quarter. 20-10, 130 to 13-4, 82. It was a big third quarter. Benella's got 6. Ballantyne, he kicked 2 in the first 2 quarters and 2 in this third quarter. He's got 4 for the game. My goodness, it has been a big, big night so far for the Spartans in particular, but we've still got 1 quarter to go of football. It is a 8-goal margin, 20-10 to 13-4 in favour of the Spartans. We'll be back at Leederville Oval right after this.
Saving lives. So every time you're grabbing a drink, plug a couple of dollars, donation.
Ross's Discount Home Centre, supplying quality tiles, laundry and kitchen cabinets, bathroom vanities, doors and windows to Perth for 49 years. Visit us at 57 James Street, Guildford, or online at discount.com.au.
Grant's Car Stereo Morley, proudly supplying and fitting quality car stereos for over 15 years, selling top-name brands like Alpine, Focal, Rockford Fosgate. From a simple upgrade to complete custom systems, stop in and see Grant and the boys at 61 Russell Street, Morley, or visit us online at carstereo.com.au.
The Crusaders have got a big task ahead of them in this final quarter. They're trailing by 8 goals. And they are huddling up, waiting for that final message from John Worsfold, the Eagles coach. In fact, that last goal did count. It's not showing on the electronic scoreboard at Leederville, but it is showing here, 13-4, 82 to 21-10, 136. Ballantyne's goal did count. And it is a massive margin for the Crusaders to climb. But anything can happen in a game of footy, and it usually does. But it's also good to see everybody showing their support for all the stars that are pulling on the boots one more time.
Well, you say anything can happen, Paul, but I'm not sure I've seen too many 54-point comebacks in the last quarter.
West Coast Geelong? What about that?
Yeah, all right.
2006?
Mate. Well, okay, just show me up with your football knowledge yet again.
What about Essendon and North Melbourne? 69 points in 01, man.
So you've thought up 2 examples out of the 5,000 games of footy you've watched, Paul.
Yes.
So I think I'll stand by. It doesn't happen very often. But you're right, it's not impossible.
Not impossible, but it may be close to it, but anything can happen. But in all seriousness, hasn't everybody seen some spectacular skills being showcased by these legends of the game? I mean, 2 of the best both came in the third quarter, and they both came from Desi Headlam.
They did. He has been started the game with a bang, and he's been absolutely fantastic ever since. Thank you to those of you watching, and especially those of you that have corrected some of our incorrect numbers. We have been told Alex Silvani is wearing number 17 for the Spartans. We've incorrectly had him listed as number 33, so we will get that correct in this final quarter, Alex. So make sure you get a few touches in the fourth, and we'll give you your dues.
Well, every player deserves their dues regardless tonight, for putting on such a great show. Players from both sides,
Absolutely.
The two coaches, and also our volunteers. Remember, if you want to donate, go to mycause.com.au, search up Footy for Life on the search bar and donate as much as you can. Open your heart, open your wallet, and it'll be good for everybody that is represented and those that are affected by mental health issues. There's football and mental health coming together as one on this special Saturday night.
Certainly is. Just showing you how to do that on the screen there. Of course, doesn't have to be $100 like it shows there. If you can spare $2, if you can spare $5, whatever you can spare, it is going to a wonderful cause. So, as Paul says, empty your wallets for us. It will be much appreciated. We're just about ready to get things started here again in this fourth quarter.
Oakley Nichols in the ruck for the Spartans here. It's a margin of 8 goals.
A bit of a height advantage. You'd put your money on him winning the tap, wouldn't you?
Yeah, up against Mitch Morton. Yeah, he's been in the ruck and outmatched often. 8 goals the difference. The Spartans lead it. Here on Front Row Screen Sport, the last term underway here at Leederville Oval. The first two at his Cousins. Fires the hand pass to Braun. Had attack at the fumbles. Back to Cousins. Running wide of that one. It comes out there to Caton. Breaks through the tackle. He kicks towards centre half forward. McGrath overrunning it. Agostino. Hand pass intended for Butler. Brayshaw goes over the top now. Up towards another one of the club for men's stars, presumably. And he gets it back. He got it back there from Brayshaw. He goes right down the line. Struggling to pick that one up is Chambers. Didn't get it on the second bite. Brayshaw again. Fires the hand pass out. And now Waters from half back. Dishes it out to Cousins. Beautiful pass by Cousins. Waters again. Kicks to centre half forward. And a good mark taken there by Embley. He's not rocking the Harry High Pants look for this final quarter. Braun again. Towards half forward. Fires it up to Southern, who's played up the ground. And he kicks the goal.
Well, that's the start they needed. A goal in a minute. They need another 8 now to peg back the Spartans, but every journey starts with a single step, Paul.
I'm suspecting that John Worsfold may have taken a leaf out of the Kevin Sheedy book from the 84 grand final. Play your defenders up forward and play your forwardsmen in defence.
Well, it wasn't working the other way around for him, was it? So
no.
Drastic changes were needed.
Desperate times call for desperate measures at times in football.
And the great man has found a goal. Can he find 8 more?
Well, who knows? We've still got a handful of minutes to go in this game. 88 plays 136. Morton got the tap out. He got the backhander out to Prittis. Socket off the ground. Gets possession again. Great ovation by Morton. Nice sidestep. Opens things up now. The kick towards right half forward. Bounce. Favourably for Embley. Tries the don't argue. Doesn't work. Comes out to Cracker. And now fires off the hand pass. So another one of our champions in Jeddah. Cracker again on halfback. Going to go across the ground. Bounce unfavourably. The hand pass. The kick coming out to DeBont. Good mark. Reading the flight brilliantly. DeBont, centering kick. Risky one. And to the path of Lacroix, who has kicked 5 in the forward line. He goes to left half forward. Risky kick.
Numbers everywhere if they can get it.
Hunter got caught. Caught by Big Michael Johnson in the tackle. Ran and at him like an absolute human tank, and it is. Holding the ball. Free kick will go the Dockers Stars' way. And even in these times, you can get away with playing football while wearing a cap.
Poor ball coming out from the back though. Prittis ends up with it. The breaking left foot kick from 50 isn't going to find the mark, but it may find the man in the pocket.
Southern.
He was close to being able to turn around and snap his second in 2 minutes. But he's fumbled it over the line, but it will be a ball up. Just 10 metres around from the Crusaders' goal.
Well, if he does score another one, it might bring the Crusaders' charge alive.
They need one here, don't they?
They certainly do. Rucks go at it. Hunter leapt high, but Mzungu was first to it. Southern fighting hard there. And the ball goes over the line.
Whistle blow, free kick.
Deliberate.
No, I think it was for an illegal disposal in the tackle.
And it's going the way of Southern.
It's a harsh one. And Southern takes it quickly, and the mark is taken. 25 metres out directly in front, Adam Hunter. And if he goes back and kicks this, there is a chance. They will need 7 more. Just running past him and asking for the handoff was a Spartan there. A little bit of a laugh as he realised, thankfully, before he handed it off. Oldest trick in the book, that one, isn't it?
Absolutely. Never looked like missing, did Hunter, and that's 4. He hadn't kicked one since the 16-minute mark of the opening quarter, but he's got one now. He's got 4 for the night.
Well, here we go. For the neutrals watching, if you want an exciting game, this is the start of the final quarter. We wanted a couple of Crusaders goals early, and if they get a quick break from the centre here, if they can get another one in the next minute or two, all of a sudden, that momentum's a funny thing in football, isn't it, Paul?
Yes, absolutely. Momentum is a strange, strange thing in football. It can reward you one moment, but it can get at you the next. And that's what makes football such an exciting game for fans, young and old, no matter what age, race, colour, anything. Everybody loves football, and it is such a great game. Rucks go at it. Pickett, the smaller in the duo, wins the tap.
Braun's got wearing some grease on his hands, I think, at the moment. He just cannot take clean possession.
The old term butterfingers, as they say.
Absolutely, something wrong there. And he's a class act, I'm sure. It's just a momentary lapse. We'll see how he goes here. Rucks go at it again. Scramble at ground level, no one can get a clear possession. Holding the ball, that seems a little tough for me.
That is a stiff one, I'd have to say. That's Crowley. Best tagger in modern football. Long kick towards right half forward. Great mark at full stretch. That's Mzungu. What a spectacular play he was in his day. He's going to elect to centre it. It's a risky kick. Dangerous kick. The Crusaders have a 3-on-1 situation here. Jardine allows the Crusaders to go into attack again. Embley couldn't hang on to that one. Backed up now by Selwood. Snap around the corner. 3 players at it. Lacroix was one of them. Just inside the 50. Unselfishly goes for the pass. Fires it off. Kicking towards goal. And the Crusaders have another one. The margin now 36 points.
They are well and truly. That's young Lee. He was the captain and coach of the Men's Club of Origin team. He stepped up when they've needed him. And in a big moment here, he's finished. And all of a sudden, it's 6 goals the margin. Or is it 5? It's back to 5 now. No, it's sorry.
5.
I'm looking at the wrong scoreboard that didn't count that Hayden Ballantyne goal. Gee, there'll be controversy there, won't there? If they end up tied, we might have to go back and watch the tape and see whether Hayden did manage to get the boot to ball before the siren.
I'm just hoping not another siren.
Probably not as controversial as the last one. Ball up in the middle. Crowley goes to ground, takes the ball with him. We'll do it again.
Both teams, as he said, would score 100, and they've done just that. Morton gets the tap out. But the Spartans have greater numbers around the centre. Kick by Caton towards the full forward zone. Players doing everything they can. John Bennell, was he pushed in the back? Umpire said no. Play on. Bennell again. Buys off the hand pass. The Bennell boys linking up well. A snap round the corner. It's a goal.
Well, John Bennell just about puts it to bed.
John Bennell at the 8-minute mark on the Grants Car Stereo scoreboard has just about sealed this one. Look at this on the Bennco replay. Nice little sidestep. Sylvan, the Bennell firing off to Bennell.
One Bennell to another, you're right.
Simply incredible.
And it was John getting the final snap on goal, and it really now seems it's just about all over. They'd wrestled their way back in to the game, or to within a sniff of the game anyway in this final quarter, and that's a real backbreaker up the other end. With just under 12 minutes left in this one, it'll be a 20-minute quarter. We have confirmation as the Spartans pick it up at half-back. And that is not Dana DeBont. She is one of the number 2s. That's another one.
Just coming off now is the one, Tim Brayshaw.
And that is a beautiful kick, finding Chance Bateman. Of course, the Hawthorn Premiership star from 08, unselfishly goes high. Bennell, yeah, he spent that one before he had it, but Bennell swings it back, but it's out of bounds on the full.
Being brought to Optus Stadium by Brayless and Tim Brayshaw. Give it up to Tim. Thank you, everyone. Give it up, give it up.
Tim Brayshaw getting a well-deserved round of applause there. As the kick back to the back pocket. Cousins. Hasn't he enjoyed himself out there?
Kept in well with Lacroix now.
Lacroix fires it up. And, ooh, just had to be careful there.
Well, he did well, didn't he? Tiptoeing his way through the youngsters on the touchline. Don't have a name down there for 29.
But his kick is a shocker. And finds Silvani.
He'll be glad we don't know who he is.
Well, Silvani will be glad to know we called the correct number for him. Oh, the drop kick! The drop kick is back in footy, ladies and gentlemen.
And I think that might be the last one you see for a while with that sort of result. Cousins dishes it off to Prentice, and this will be a goal surely for the Crusaders. They handball over the top, running into an open goal square, and smashing it through is Kyrie Lee Sleeth. I was confused there. I was going to say Stealth because she just popped up out of nowhere.
Well, she went into stealth mode.
And exactly the point I was trying to make. Or it wasn't the point I was trying to make, but I was just trying to cover for my own error. But Kyrie Lee Sleeth does get her first goal of the game.
36 points the difference now.
6-goal game, not impossible with 10 minutes to go.
Not an impossible task, but I'd have to say pretty close to it.
Absolutely.
In the ruck there, CB firing that one up. Pritis. Ball goes to ground. Great recovery by Pritis. Dishes it out to Cousins.
It's that trademark kicking style, isn't it, with Ben Cousins? You know it.
Simply phenomenal. And now the Chargers have another chance. The kick, bit risky there. Firing the hand pass out. Lucas shoots towards goal, and he's missed.
Well, that would have made it interesting, wouldn't it? That would be back to 5 goals. It's a big miss.
Back towards centre half back go the Spartans, who, dare I say it, have got this game pretty much in the books, even with 9 minutes to go. They've really got it their way now as Mzungu from centre half back goes long down the ground. Good spoil. Front and square was Pritis awaiting the crumbs. Dishes it out again to Cousins. Haven't they linked up well tonight? Cousins kick towards right half forward. And there is that man again, Southern. He's going to go across the ground. Unselfishly, Jardine from 40 metres out bangs it through. So Jardine makes it 5 for the quarter for the Crusaders. And at the 12-minute mark on the Grants Car Stereo scoreboard, it's not over yet. Only 29 points the difference. But have a look at this. Great vision from Southern on the Bennco replay. Jardine with the left foot. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's a 5-goal requirement now for the Crusaders to take home the candy.
There's some of the Crusaders players there. Butler, Pritis, Lacroix and Waters there, having a bit of a chat about what their next move may be. This game not over yet. It's been a great crowd here, likely around the 3,600 mark.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah, absolutely. Still, it's a great crowd and a tremendous atmosphere tonight. Spartans have it long towards their full forward zone. Medwin got caught in a strong tackle. Hand pass comes out at ground level. Embley on the back line. Sock it off the ground. And that's not Embley. In fact, it's kicking in danger.
Gee, you don't see that too often these days, the old kicking in danger.
No, not at all. The free kick will go the way of the Spartans. And it'll be taken. Hand pass comes out. Centering kick towards the top of the goal square. No mark taken. There were two players in front. One of them, I think, was Ballantyne. And it's a behind. But the Crusaders are getting on with it quickly, but the kick is an absolute Barry Crocker. Fires it towards centre half forward. Caton. Unselfish pass to a teammate there in Ballantyne. And he's going to have a shot for another one. He'll have a shot for number 5.
And this one will certainly ice it if it goes through. 5 goals was going to be hard enough. 6 will be just about impossible, I'd wager. And if we were at a Collingwood game, I think the gold jacket would be coming out.
Yep. Roger Hayden received that short pass from Ballantyne. And this to make it 36 points. And 25 metres out. And you can pretty much say, as the great Stevie Wonder would say, signed, sealed and delivered for the Spartans. It is 36 points at the 15-minute mark. That's only their second goal of the quarter, but one that formally seals the victory for the Spartans in this AFL All-Stars exhibition match for Footy for Life.
Well, I don't like to be wrong, Paul, but on this occasion, I was very, very wrong. I let my heart take over from my head when I saw all those names of all the players that I've worshipped over the years as a West Coast fan, and well, they haven't let me down because it's been a wonderful evening of footy, but the Spartans boys have absolutely turned on the magic when that's been required, and led by number 1, the skipper, Desi Headland. We've mentioned a few times the moments that he's produced, the silky skills, and his teammates have followed suit. Can the Crusaders finish strongly? That's what it's all about now. The win is secured. And here's Chambers trying to get a handball away. Perhaps a bit of a high contact there on the Crusaders man. The youngster that is definitely not Drew Banfield, as we had down at the start of the day. Probably about 35 years between the two of them, I would wager. As the Crusaders do launch it long and high. Whoa! Can anyone fly? Mzungu. They can. Tendai Mzungu. And Mark Lacroix slaps it out of his hands, and the umpire says, Mark, we will advance that 50 metres.
Yeah,
you know that's against the rules, you naughty boy. And he might look at giving another one away now. No, just backs away.
Yeah, you don't want to give away 100 metres in any game of football. Just ask Chris Langford in 91.
There's a reason they call you Encyclopedia Paul.
Another goal, maybe by Hayden, but it's hit the post.
Just off hands anyway, I think.
The Crusaders, they're getting a move on very quickly, even though the game is now put to bed. Scored 150 points. You don't see that very often these days in footy.
No, it's a mammoth score, is that? Michael Braun.
Braun back to the centre. Finds Hunter. He had Pickett in checking there. Hunter long towards centre half forward. And a great mark by Lacroix. He's looking now at number 6.
Here's one for you, Paul. How many players kicked 6 goals in a game and lost?
Oh, plenty, mate.
I thought you'd know.
Turn it up, mate. There's been plenty of them. So Lacroix for number 6. From 45 metres out, backs himself in quite nicely. And I think he's put it through. He has.
You can put your glasses down when Mark Lacroix's lining up from goal. 35, 40 metres out directly in front.
You see on the Bennco replay, there was a little bit of chit-chat there from one of the Spartan players there, maybe fended off. But not to be. Lacroix knew that one was going in. Yeah,
he doesn't have the old ball drop that he used to have, no. Paul. He's changed the technique there.
It's made his kicking a lot more accurate. He's kicked 5 straight. What a blemish on the scoreboard for him tonight. Rucks go at it again. Morton this time won the tap. Players converging on him. He got the hand pass out. McGrath fires it out to Pickett. Weaves through traffic and gets the kick away and finds Hayden on the half-forward line. 2 minutes to go. Hayden goes across the forward line on a Bennell. Fires the hand pass out to Ballantyne. Looking for number 6. Doesn't get it. It's across the face for a behind.
He just caught the wrong side of the ball there, Hayden.
And now the Crusaders will move it on very quickly. The margin, 31 points. Kick towards centre half back for the Crusaders, but it is Ash McGrath who takes a strong mark.
Load up a barrel for us, Ash.
Oh, he's gone for the barrel.
Does.
Roll out the barrel. Is he going to find a target? Finds Bateman. Unselfish. The hand pass comes out. And the goal has been kicked. That is a great goal by the great tagger, Ryan Crowley.
Well,
And that just makes the win even more emphatic.
well, McGrath didn't quite catch the Tory the way he envisioned. Not quite as clean as David Wirapunda on that day at the Gabba Pool, if you remember that, I'm sure, from the goal square. What year was that?
Well, many, many, many years ago, dare I say it. It must be 05
Come on,
or 06.
you're letting me down.
Oh, turn it up. I haven't let you down all night, mate. But Ryan Crowley,
I'm just
superstar.
making things more and more difficult for him, mate, because you're too good. You just got to turn up the difficulty when I'm with someone like you. But no, it's been a great game of footy, a great evening, and the Spartans have cruised to victory in this second half. Ball's up, one down by LaCroix, best player for the Crusaders, I'd wager. Gets it down to Cousins,
Sampy.
best player I've ever seen in my life. Kicks it forward to the player who's taken the best mark I've ever seen in my life. And actually, Sampy is going to load up. He is going to turn this one sideways.
He's going to go for it here. The sign's just about due to go.
There is the buzzer.
There it is. It's
Come
a
on,
big win
Ash.
for the Spartans. But what can Ashley Sampy do with this last kick of the night?
Anything Malcolm Blight can do, you can do better.
Oh, yep, he's going to go for it.
Let's see.
Sampy
Catches
he
it all
doesn't
right.
get all
It's
of
not
it.
quite going to get there. It
What the
bounces.
goal?
Oh, that's
He got the
bounced.
goal. Oh my goodness, Ashley Sampy.
Oh, well,
What a finish.
it wasn't quite as he planned it. But whether by hook or by crook, fortune or design,
Oh.
he has got his name on the score sheet.
What a great way to finish the night.
Absolutely.
But it's the Spartans that are victorious by 31 points in a tremendous game of football here at Leederville Oval, raising a lot of money for Footy for Life and also Lifeline and Happiness Co. 24-12, 156 over 25, 125. The Spartans winning by 31 points. What a special night.
Well, we've seen 44 goals. We've seen some Des Headland magic. We've seen Ben Cousins running around on a footy field alongside some of his great ex-teammates. What more can you ask for?
And we saw a very lucky but also very fun torpedo goal by the great Ashley Sampy.
Great to see McGrath and Samps bring out the barrel right at the end, and yeah, all the players embraced. It was a game for a good cause, played in good spirits, and not just the final game that Front Row Sports has brought you. The games before, we had the Men's Club of Origin, the Women's Club of Origin games, and they were some fantastic shows of the local footy talent. Players coming together again for that wonderful cause, the 3,000 plus fans here, the hundreds and hundreds of volunteers that have donated their time, money and efforts to putting this event on tonight. It's been a great success, and it's been a pleasure to call it alongside you in the box for the first time, Paul.
It's been a real pleasure to call alongside you as well. Obviously, your first game of football, you've done a really good job, mate. So have all the players and the volunteers who gave up their time to participate in what was a fantastic event here tonight. 24-12 to 25, irrespective of the scoreline here tonight. Everyone's had fun, and it leaves everybody with a smile on their face.
It certainly has. Great to see some of the local amateurs getting a chance to run out there at the end.
Men and women as well.
Men and women, the likes of Annalie Polomino and Sienna Proctor got out there for the Crusaders. Kyrie Lee Sleeth popping up with a goal as well. As you mentioned, turning on stealth mode, or Sleeth mode as we may have to start calling it.
You still have time to donate. mycause.com.au. Search up Footy for Life. And no matter how much you raise, whether it be $2, $200 or even $2,000, open up your hearts and your wallets and donate as much as you can to Footy for Life. It's a tremendous cause. Great backing by the Happiness Co. and Lifeline WA and all our supporters, and of course Front Row Screens as well in their wisdom broadcasting this wonderful event here tonight. There you see big Michael Johnson. We can only get away with wearing a cap on, playing football, if you're that superstar right there, Michael Johnson.
Just you can see just in front of him as well, the absolute great man, the superstar, Julian Pace, of course, I'm talking about.
Well, you gave him a bit of raps tonight, didn't you?
Yeah, I have to give him some props now. I've dug him out at every opportunity, but he did well. As did everyone out there that put the effort in.
I mean, one of the standout sites, you know, there were many sites that stood out tonight, but also the great Ben Cousins stepping onto the field once again, doing what he loves, is in his elements. But here are the Bennco highlights for the match here at Leederville Oval. It all got started by that man, Desi Hetland, and then the players like Cousins, Braun, Jakovic, Sampi, Crowley, Silvani and co, showcasing their magic on what has been a great night.
It started with a bunch of goals, finished with a bunch of goals. The goals just didn't stop flowing all evening. And we're watching some of that mercurial magic on the Bennco highlights package.
44 goals, as he said. There's never been a game like that, even if it is an exhibition match. And the crowd really got behind it, and deservedly so. I mean, even in crazy times like this, if you want to get behind such a great event, this is certainly the one.
Yeah, very lucky really to be in this great city that we live in, where we're still able to put on events like this. Seeing Hayden Valentine snapping one of his many goals of the evening.
5 of them, of course, tonight, and all of them quite extravagant.
I'll give you a fair job today, but run through the goal scorers for us. Who kicked them all tonight, Paul?
Well, we'll go quarter by quarter first of all. There were 5 goals to 6 in favour of the Spartans in the first quarter, and then it was 5 goals 5 in the second. 2 goals to 10 in that third quarter. You know, they say the third quarter is a premiership quarter. Even though there was no premierships at stake, it's still termed at that. 10 goals 3 in that third quarter. And then in the last quarter, they only kicked 3 goals, the Spartans, but it was more than enough to the 7 goals that the Crusaders kicked. Bennell got 6. Ballantyne got 5 for the Spartans. And Lacroix got 5 for the Crusaders. And, of course, Adam Hunter, he finished up with 4 for the Crusaders as well. And we're just about to wrap things up here, Sean. I tell you what, mate, it's been an excellent night, and hopefully the players and everybody will be up to doing it all again in 2023.
Absolutely, it's been a pleasure, and I would be more than keen to be back for a similar event in future, and would love to share the booth alongside you again.
Thank you, Shawnee, and thank you to all our team at Front Row Screens for doing a wonderful job in broadcasting this event to over what I'm reportedly told 150,000, not just all around the state but all around the country as well. So shout out to all interstate and even international as well. We had a couple of viewers from New Zealand as well, and also from South America as well. That is absolutely fantastic. So on behalf of everybody here at Front Row Screens, and of course all thanks to our wonderful supporters, the Happiness Co, Lifeline, and of course Footy For Life, and on behalf of Sean Fry, Matty Williamson, our executive producer, and of course our editor and replay man Ryan Ramage, and all our cameramen, of course Matty and Bailey and Ben, this is Paul Persick wishing you a very good evening from Leederville Oval, where it was the Spartans victorious 157 to 125 in what has been an excellent Footy For Life ex-AFL Legends exhibition match on this Saturday night. So long, everybody.